All right. I'm Blake.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Billy.
All right, so like, I have something that's been like on my mind for like a long ass time.
Do tell.
So I saw this tweet on Twitter, obviously, and it was like that like Met Gala shit that was going on, and I guess like this model the model was actually from the Suicide Squad. She played like the bad villain.
Will Smith?
Close. The hot one.
Will Smith?
Will Smith. Yeah.
Okay.
She was in it, and she played the villain, and she fucking sucked, obviously.
I didn't see either of those movies.
What, the Suicide?
Neither Suicide Squad.
The newer one is actually fucking
Did we see
crazy.
one, or was I dreaming that?
No, we saw the first one, which was like...
Oh my god.
Oh, I made you see
I just
it
realized, though, I have to tell you guys about this wild dream I had.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
I think that telling people about dreams is really, really fucking dumb, but I promise you it's justified. It was...
Let's hear it.
Oh.
Let's hear it now.
Yeah,
It's,
you gotta...
it's pretty intimate.
Alright, I mean...
Did you fuck
do
the
it.
Joker?
No.
Did the Joker fuck you?
Nah, this was like, it was one of the craziest dreams. It was one of those dreams where I forgot that I dreamt it, and then midway through my day, I was like, oh shit, I guess that wasn't real.
Something reminds you, like, oh shit.
yeah,
Like,
that
yeah.
happens, okay.
So I'm sitting in the car, and I think like my dad is driving, and my brother's in the front seat, and we're like driving someone else that's in the back seat, and I just go to the bathroom in my pants, and I'm like terrified. I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible. And then I think that I wake up, and I
Okay.
check my pants, and I'm like, oh my god, I actually shit myself like in a dream, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And then later, when I was like thinking about it, I was like, oh my god, I had a dream that I shit myself, woke up in the dream, having shit myself from the previous dream, and woke up, and I was like, oh, I guess none of that happened. It was a crazy mindfuck.
Like, when did you realize that it was like, alright, this is real life? Like,
I
was
didn't.
there a period where you were just like, this has to be real? Like, when did
No.
you realize that I am in the real world now? Or are you still there?
No, you're not. So, I woke up from the
Yeah, you
first
woke-
incident, and I was like, oh my god, I've, like when they say you die in a dream, you die in real life, like, I guess I was like, oh, if you shit your pants in a dream,
you shit your pants in real life, yeah.
and I was like, whoa, that's so crazy. And then I don't remember anything after that. I guess the dream just sort of ended. And then during the day, I was like, something made me think of it, and I was like, oh, I literally had like an Inception dream, but just of pooping my
shit,
pants.
yeah.
You'd stop whatever you're doing and just check your pants, like, oh, that was a dream. Like,
No, like I trust me, like
Trust me.
people talking about dreams is really, really stupid. Unless
Really? I love hearing that shit. I think it's so fun.
okay, if you
Unless it's like
if
a
you pooped
really...
your pants twice in two separate dreams, Inception style, then I will hear about it at length.
Wait.
If
So
not, then I don't really care. Like,
I have, you know how people are like, oh my god, like, I pooped my pants once and it was like the craziest. I had like maybe like a month period where I shit my pants like more times than I can count. And it was like the weirdest thing where like this was...
how old were you?
It was like a junior year of college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like, first time.
what was your diet like?
Yeah, what the fuck?
At that, the first thing was like, all right, I'm eating
Did you
two...
see a physician?
No, I'm trying to like deduce what it was, and the
That's not just like a annoying thing. That's like a
It's concerning.
It must be addressed.
To be fair, it wasn't like a turd like fell. It was just like
Liquid.
fart. Yeah, it was like a fart like that wasn't
It
a
better.
fart.
You shouldn't be consciously like, oh, I'm not gonna make it.
I'm not gonna make.
If you're an adult, like, let's just be real. If you're an adult and you shit yourself, it better be diarrhea. Like, no, not
Solid pieces.
I'm
of
just
shit.
saying.
hard.
Like,
That's a tough sell, man.
I
Really?
don't think it is. What are you just?
So, okay,
sitting
so
there
let
like,
me finish.
Oh, I gotta
So-
go, man. This sucks.
So first time, this one was like obvious.
Let's maybe lay off the pants shitting talk maybe right out the gate.
Yeah, I kind of like knew
Okay,
that.
go on.
Okay,
Pegging.
so I wanted to tell the shitting my pants.
okay,
3 times.
you may.
All right, so it's just like a
After
really
that-
weird. Okay, we are done. This is
I
our
have
last
two have shit my pants before, but
Well,
was it? But
listen,
you know,
save it for another time. Don't
save
worry
for
about
another time.
Or
Yeah,
not, or
it. It
not.
wasn't fun. I cried, but it's all right.
Wow.
It was in 9th grade. But
Okay. So it was the first time. Again, this is all like very close together. So I was like, "Yo, obviously someone's trying to get me. Someone's coming for me." First time was like I think we've all been there.
Your bowels.
Someone was putting something in my food. Somebody was just
a
like
mystery man.
Some mystical being was like, I'm gonna get this guy good, and like I'm thinking it was something like that. But like I'm at the gym and I'm with my homie who's like, we were working out together, and like he was showing me some like workouts, I was showing him. So it was like you couldn't really do it without the other person, which was good, you know. And I was like, yo, I'll be right back. I gotta go take a piss, whatever. I went to the bathroom, farted while I was pissing. I was like, that was not a fart. And he was like sitting in the gym for like 40 minutes by himself, and I'm like trying to clean up, and I'm like, we need to go right now. I just pooped my pants. Took me like half an hour to clean up, so we need to leave. And it was like, I'm gonna finish my set first, obviously. And I'm like, all right, let's just finish this then, because it's the worst day ever. But the one that really got me was, I think this goes down as one of the worst days ever. I walked into my room. This was like when I was a junior, so like I had a roommate like who like. It wasn't like a roommate in an apartment. It was like a roommate who like literally like our beds were next to each other. Like it was like that kind of roommate situation. And I walk in, I'm like, hello, like just like what's up? Farted as a joke, like fart, shit my pants. Was like damn.
That's a good joke.
No. This is the end. The ending part is the one that gets me.
Epic prank.
Go to the. I take a shower, clean up, whatever. I come out of the shower. I'm like, oh my god, how worse can this day get? Go on Twitter, and Stanley died that hour while I was showering. Like, he died while I was in the shower. Like, that's when, like, the
Did you read that tweet and then shit your pants again?
No. I know. I was already clean, like, sitting in a towel, just, like, clean butthole and everything. But I was like, yo, today's just not the day. Today's just not the day. L. Yeah, fat as L is pooping pants. Hero dies. Rough. That was rough, man.
Jeez.
Yeah. I don't know. Some days aren't those days.
Yeah. All right. So enough of.
Yeah. No more poop. Pegging now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Carter Delevingne or whatever, she thought she was being like super proactive about like peg the patriarchy kind of thing. You saw that, right?
I did not see it.
So she wore like this crazy dress that was just like peg the patriarchy. And no, I'm sorry. It was overalls. She wore overalls that just said in big red letters, peg the patriarchy. And people were like, oh my god, yes, queen, for like about an hour. And that's when shit like went bad, and it was like, how dare you? You associate pegging with homophobia, and it's just sad. It's
homophobia?
Yeah, it was like people were mad because
I think getting fucked in the ass is pretty pro-gay.
No, because like the fact that she was pegging the patriarchy, which is a bad thing. You're supposed to like fuck the patriarchy because like I guess that's the message she was going for.
Yeah.
You wanting to peg it means it's an inherently negative thing. So people were like, oh, that's pretty homophobic of you to just do that.
I see.
And people were, and like, I saw like this thread of people like, honestly, the thought of like, of stimulating a man's like rectum is looked at as gay is like, it's just honestly sad as a society. I'm like,
okay, I have a couple thoughts. Number one, that is true. Because it's not like gay dudes have like extra nerves in their assholes. Mm-hmm. Clearly there is something that feels good in there. Yeah. Or it's like...
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say like science. It's not like gay people are born with extra nerve endings in their anus to make things feel better. But okay, besides the point. I think that anyone commenting on that issue passionately is a loser on either side of the argument.
Okay, I think that's fair.
If you're on Twitter saying that it is offensive to say peg the patriarchy, like what the fuck? And if you're on Twitter defending the statement of peg the patriarchy, like what the fuck are you doing? Go outside.
I guess I think that's pretty fair.
I kind of just stopped tweeting.
Oh yeah, definitely, because like you never know like what's going to be safe and what's not going to be safe.
I just have nothing else to say.
I've noticed that Twitter is kind of like, what's the word?
Everything is the same.
What do you mean?
Half the tweets I see is, oh my god, it went from September 1st to September 17th like in 2 days.
I've noticed that the act of actually tweeting is almost like an addiction where like, is almost more an addiction where like once you stop, like you're good, you know, I'm clean, I don't need to do it anymore.
That's how I feel now.
Yeah, but like once you tweet one more time, and then maybe like next week, then it's like 3 days a week.
Well,
and
for some reason, we all have this innate urge to let people know how we feel.
100%.
And it doesn't matter. No one, like...
I feel like when I was in, like, high school, I tweeted more, like, of, like, opinions. Now I'm just, like, tweeting like funny shit I think
stuff,
of. Like, yo, I'm gonna do
I
a
went
cartwheel.
the opposite. I used to tweet like just purely.
Oh,
like, just
I
goofy
do
shit.
remember that. Yeah.
And now, like, bro, if I just see something on Twitter that gets me angry, I just want to go on a rant, and then later I'm just like, it's so embarrassing.
That's why I save
care.
my drafts to look at them, and then I'm like, yo, good thing I didn't
my
tweet
drafts
this shit.
are wild.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I have some
the things that I
crazy shit.
the things that I can actually consciously say, okay, no, I shouldn't tweet this, as opposed to the fucking stupid things that I do tweet. Like,
I always think that like if I did tweet this one draft, it would be a banger, but like then it's like the alternative is it's not being a banger and you get humiliated.
but it's so just the whole concept is so embarrassing. Like, you're posting something with the like express intent for people to enjoy it and for you to get like
Or
attention
react to
for
it.
Yeah. It's just it's such a phony way of communicating. You're
I think
literally
that's
like,
fair.
I want to say this thing so people like it.
Or just like me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very good way
And
to
everything,
look at it.
and honestly, I find myself hating it in other people, but I find it in myself. Like, you just post things, and you're like, you have to think of how people will view you, and like everything you post is just this image of yourself that you want to portray. And I find myself fucking hating it in people, but I'm like, oh, that's just what I do.
Like, I will say that like there is a certain validation that like I feel that feels really good when
Of
like
course,
someone likes it.
Yeah,
and, like,
of course. How am I going to say that when I literally did comedy? Like, that is the most
Yeah.
narcissistic thing you could possibly do.
Because like when you get that laugh, it's like this is almost like a drug. Like I feel so
It's like,
good
oh,
right
like,
now.
I made somebody laugh. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in order to do that, you have to be like, I'm a pretty fucking amazing guy, and people really care about the things that I have to say.
Like I tweeted something once, and I thought it was like standard, like the standard nonsense I tweet. But someone like this is the first time someone was like, or like the first time in like recent years. Like I used to do it in like 9th grade. I was like, haha, butthole, and people were like, nice, good ones. But like, I did one that was like very. It was like observational complex, like
Yeah, but then you tweet that and you don't get anything, and you're like, "That fucking sucks, man. The algorithm just doesn't get me."
No, and my friend, he DM'd it to me, and he was like, yo, I am not gonna cap. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, bro, you're gonna make me cry. Like, right here. It's like the middle of the day. I'm at work. Don't make me tear up like that. He was like, no cap. Like, because like, he's a funny guy. He was like my roommate from college. And he's a funny guy. So for him to be like, yo,
David?
Someone you
David,
think is funny telling you you're funny is
yo,
like, is the
that
best.
that will cream your corn. Like, that is the best feeling.
What does David tweet all the time?
So for those like who don't know, I had a college roommate. His brand of comedy is the most complex, insane thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Who just like it was all irony. Like when I first met him, I didn't know what he liked and what he didn't like. So like his Twitter profile picture for like the past 10 years has been him on a staircase with a guitar, which is like a standard. You know, like you may look like a douche, but like it's fine. People do that all the time. And he was like, nah, I did it ironically. And I'm like, what do you posted a picture ironically? And he was like, yeah, it's hilarious.
See, that's the thing. My brother does that.
It's
He doesn't
insane.
use social media anymore, but when he did, he would post something that like looked really bizarre, and he would. The funny part to him was thinking that people thought it was weird.
Jake is so funny though.
He's
No,
hilarious.
No,
Jake
that
is
makes
so
the best
funny.
comedy. That makes the
but
funniest brand of comedy.
He was just like, I was like, bro, people are gonna think this is so weird. He's like, yeah, I know. He would literally post
Look, you get
like
it. I know.
four pictures on Instagram of just like a Shrek quote, like a picture of
Like
Mila
bedazzled.
Kunis, and then like a meme, and like, he just, or sometimes he just likes to say things that I honestly really respect it. He is fine just entertaining himself, and if no one else is pleased with it, he just doesn't care. And he's like, it's funny.
It's fun.
It's funny to me.
No,
Right,
definitely.
Jake
it's
cracks
very
me up.
fun. No,
Yeah,
like
it's
that's the
hilarious.
funniest brand of
Like-
comedy. Like, just to get an idea of it, this guy who I said the roommate, so he was completely random. Like you can pick your random roommate like in the beginning of the year.
I had one of those.
And like either it works out really well, and it worked out for me, but also works out badly, and you get like a weirdo. And
I just didn't talk to mine at all.
yeah, it's like
He was so weird though.
That's
One
like-
time he had a friend over. I remember one time he like left like a pizza crust out, and I was just like, it was to the point where we didn't talk enough that I was like, I guess I just can't even say anything about this pizza crust. Like that's gross, but whatever. It's just something I got to deal with. And his boy came over, and he was like, bro, what the fuck? You just left this pizza crust out. And I was like, oh, thank God. He, like, addressed it. And then the kid goes, oh, you want it? And he was like, no.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I didn't talk to the kid at all. It was, like, really awkward.
Like, was he actually, like, villainous? Or was it just
No,
like that?
not at all.
So then I guess that's, like, if you have to have a roommate that isn't your friend, like, that's the best you can get. Because you don't want, like, a guy who hates you. You know?
I didn't know him.
Oh,
I lived... I slept this far from him, didn't know the kid. I just didn't talk to people when I went away to school at all. Mm-hmm. I had like one friend.
Yeah, it does,
I would just walk around and like listen to music.
Yeah, there's like certain songs like
dude,
songs that will hit.
Yeah, there's this one Frank Ocean album that just always makes me think of school, and I just always get sad.
Yeah, it's like I didn't realize how powerful that kind of shit was until like
music. Yeah.
Just like music. It's you can be like a hippie about it and be like music is powerful. Like,
no, but
yeah,
it
like,
triggers.
It'll take you back.
It literally triggers memory. There's one time I was like really really nauseous, and I was listening to I think like Action Bronson or something, and for a while every time I listened to Action Bronson it made me nauseous.
Really?
I like Action Bronson.
I don't know who that is.
But a lot of his songs.
You don't know who that is?
A lot of his songs sound the
I
same.
have no idea who that guy is.
Really?
I've never heard of a man named Action Bronson.
A lot of his songs sound the same.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's.
What
It's
kind
the
of
same,
music?
like-
He's a rapper. He's
He's
a
a
white
rapper,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
all like
big
the
fat
same.
white rapper.
Big fat disgusting.
He's not fat.
hard-
He's not that fat anymore.
I know.
It's crazy. He lost like 100 something pounds.
But before he was
ginormous.
yeah.
And like also 5 feet tall.
That's adorable, man.
He was in Brooklyn that time for the Huda Verstilla show.
Yeah, and he was there for all the prelims.
And I'm like looking. I'm like, I know that man's shape. That's Action Bronson. Like
I know that man's shape.
that's him.
So music does that a lot where like I feel like I'm instantly teleported back to that moment. I get that a lot with like that Halsey song, that like her first ever like big song, the Chainsmoker one. You know?
Oh, actually,
Cause
it's sort of like my guilty pleasure song.
No, it's a really good song. I'm just saying that like the first time it came out was like we were all like 18, 19 years old. So,
I think it was like freshman year of college.
So like that song, every time I hear it, I'm like sitting alone in like the dining hall of like because like I didn't have friends. So like that and like Enema of the State, Blink-182 is the album that like got me through freshman year. But what got me recently is Smell will do the same exact thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I have this cologne that I wear. It's like the last expensive cologne that I ever paid for, because like sometimes you just find cologne and keep it, or like
I have like 5 different samples of cologne in my house.
No, you find cologne in the stores. You find them.
And
you put them in your pocket and you walk out. There's a difference between finding them and
shoplifting. That's
shoplifting.
referring to shoplifting.
If you find them,
you're just taking it to the fat cats. Who cares?
No, man, capitalism? No thanks, man. I'm just taking what's mine. No, but like sometimes I have cologne that like my grandfather gave me, and like it's supposed to be like, to him it was expensive, so like now it's even like
$40.
more expensive.
Oh.
No, it's like
How old is it?
it's not like 100 years old, but like it's like old enough where like he had it when he was around. So like,
So it's older than Jim Crowlow's?
I mean, it doesn't smell like racism. It smells
smell
like
of racism.
It just says whites only on the
it says
cologne.
white power and
Like a small warning label, like what's
like
only.
I bought like a new one, Versace whatever, and I feel fancy when I wear. I only wear it to like parties or like bars or whatever. So if I try to use it outside of that kind of like setting where like I sprayed it for like I think work once. It was like a really important work meeting. And I'm sitting there like smelling my own collar, and I'm like, yo, I want to get so fucking drunk right now, because like that smell made me think of like college and parties. I was like, yo, I'm feeling pretty horny right now. I'm like at a work meeting, like, yo, this is crazy. I'm like I'm trying to, because like there's a feeling you get when you go out, like I'm trying to get lit, trying to get my dick wet, and it's like I'm sitting in work with these feelings, or like just like I went to a funeral once that was like,
what?
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Trying to get my dick wet right now.
Like I'm sitting like, yo, people looking.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, that feeling like, and like that's when I realized like I should just stick to like party cologne, regular people cologne, and like hope the two like work itself out. I don't know.
You remember preschool, like Blackie?
Yeah.
Remember Miss Antonick?
Yeah.
I remember
That's
how
amazing,
she smelled, and I smelled her one day, and it was her.
What?
That's
Like
interesting.
I smelled
you mean?
the perfume,
Oh, he like
and she
felt
was
it.
in
He
the
felt her
store.
presence.
Like she was there.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I once. I had a friend whose house had a very not a bad smell, but a very distinct smell.
Everyone's house does, especially
Yeah.
old people.
Old people have that, and like just like either dirty people have it or really clean people have that. And I was sitting in my desk in like 9th grade Spanish class, and like I fell asleep on the desk because nothing matters, you know. I don't give a shit. And I'm like face down on the desk, like inhaling, and I'm like, yo, why does this smell so familiar? And I found out the friend who sat in that seat, my exact seat, was the friend that has that house, and I was like, this smells just like, and like I had no idea that it was their exact seat.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I was like, I'm a detective.
That's weird though. It smells in like music, like you know, like Screaming Bloody Murder, Sum 41.
Mhm.
I think about the summer before freshman year of college.
Every time I hear that album, or like Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, that
Yes.
one album will always like make me think, cause like I'll be like, yo Billy, check out this cool album.
That's 2017 summer for me. that
yeah,
album.
and like I'll hear or
Green Day, Uno.
Green
Dos
Day,
and Tres.
Uno will always
That's,
get me.
that's 9th grade.
9th grade. So
Yeah.
I'm going into
9th
10th
grade.
I went to that tour.
Oh yeah, you did tell me about that. We were in 10th
That was
grade.
at
You were-
Barclays, right?
Yeah.
We went to the other one in 2017
Bang bang, yeah.
March. Yeah.
Mhm.
I went to the one where it was right after Sandy,
Oh really?
and it got pushed back because Billy Joe went to rehab.
Oh,
Oh,
damn,
shit.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it was wild.
I do remember him pushing back a concert.
I wish I saw the Chili Peppers also in like 7th grade. I wish I could have went when I could like appreciate it more. By that I mean just like get fucked up.
I had a friend that saw he saw Green Day live when he was like in 3rd grade, and he's like 24 now. So
Bro, I hate the music that like there's no new artist that I like care for or want to go see.
Yes, I mean,
Like
yeah,
I want to
guess.
go
I don't listen to new music though anymore.
No, I mean
Yeah.
like
I
if
like
I want to
live
go to a
music.
concert, I want to go see like old Chili Peppers or like
Yeah.
fucking Stone Temple Pilots or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anything. Actually, I saw Cage the Elephant a couple years ago, like 2 summers ago, and it was so fucking good.
Really?
Yeah, awesome.
I think I look down on someone when they say shit like, "Oh my god, I saw Billie Eilish like last week." I was like, "Really? You're seeing like new people and like it's like a 15-year-old?" That like I that just like always hits my like throat wrong. I'm like,
Trying to see Soldier Boy. Like I
I'm
want to
trying
see
to see
somebody old.
Yeah, let me see something good. But like my friend, he saw Green Day when he was in 3rd grade, and that happened to be the year American Idiot came out.
See, that's fucking sick. Imagine going to like Green Day on like the Dookie tour. Like that would be fucking
Oh my
awesome.
god!
That'd be
Like
insane.
being like, that's why like if I could go back to a generation like, like you know like if we're not ruling out like cool shit, like I'd go to the future. But like if I had to pick like a generation that wasn't like you know like 1920s, be like the 90s or early 2000s because like
just bit for music alone.
imagine being a teenager going to a party and they play like Green Day and Blink.
Yeah,
and that was,
I
like,
always
the
used to
hottest.
say that if I had a time machine, I would go to Slane Castle. There's this
Don't know what that
crazy famous Chili Peppers concert
is.
that they had in Ireland, and it's just like the best concert ever, and it just looks so fucking sick.
There's a Blink concert that like that's like they played every single song like that they owned, and like the most insane shit happened. They were like screaming at each other, they were like throwing shit, and like I think Green Day has one too where like they threw dirt at them and Billy Joe Armstrong like threw the dirt back, and like people were like, "Oh my god, what an animal!" And he was like, "Fuck you." He was like screaming at the fans. It was like there was some concerts that just go down like in history as like you needed to be there. Like that is the moment, and like
That's why I wish like being born earlier in life. Like I think the perfect year to be born was like 1980
really,
or like 85.
Right in the AIDS epidemic.
I think 85
Yeah.
is a good one.
85 because like you're a 90s kid. Like 95,
You're a
you're 10
legitimate
years old.
90s
You're
kid.
10 years old.
Yeah.
95.
yeah, that's
So-
true.
And then
And you're still old enough to like, cause like if you knew someone who was born in 85 now, they're like, what? Like they're not-
Easer.
Really?
No,
I was like, because like I'm not gonna bet they might be an
no,
old
no,
man.
no.
No, because like I have met people who are like,
But the different, it's crazy because
Early
I
30s.
used to work with a guy who was like, I used to work for an electric company, and I was like 21, and the guy that I was working with was like 32. And I feel like the difference between right now, just because of the time period we're in, the difference between like 32 and 42 is so much less of a gap than the difference between 32 and 22.
That's a very
Like,
good
it's fucking
observation.
wild.
That is
So much
true.
crazy shit happened in
And
between when
technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is. I think like, and I hate saying it because like probably every dumb generation thought the same thing, but like I think Gen Z is like the most insane Like we have been through and like someone did the math and it was like we've been through like more school shootings, more terrorist attacks.
We're witnessing the
like,
crumble of society.
and like it is nothing new. Like we were born in the crumble. Like I was.
We were 3 when 9/11
Yeah,
happened.
we were 3 years old when like that was like the first.
I don't remember it though. Obviously. Like,
I remember clips, like almost like I am like watching America's Funniest Home videos of like.
9/11.
Jesus Christ. Bro, what the fuck?
No.
Just
it's
YouTube 9/11 bloopers.
The plane wasn't supposed to hit, so you didn't hit.
No, like I had,
just
like,
goofing, just goofing, guys.
Just
Just
goofing.
goofing.
Yeah, I like totally.
Epic pranks, 9/11.
Right. No, like no. So
These
this,
do not represent our views.
No, I remember like I was talking to my mom about like whatever.
Oh, you're being recorded.
And I was like, yeah, whoa, fly just flew by. And I was like thinking about like this one like little distinct memory I have, like one of my earliest ones where I was like sitting in like this old brown room and I'm playing with like this bowling like toy set that like you remember those like mini bowling sets.
Yeah.
And like it was raining and I was like, where's mom and dad? I'm so confused. Where are they? And I was like, Mom, what was that day? And she goes like, that was September 11th. Like I couldn't come to pick you up because I was in the city and they weren't like doing trains. And I was like, that was September 11th. Like I still remember that day. So like, I don't know. I do remember that day, but I don't remember like, oh my god, these towers. This is Al Qaeda did this. Like I wasn't like that.
You're
old.
3 years old.
3 years old, but Al Qaeda really?
My word.
You're just 3 years old. You're like, this is a false flag attack.
There's like a meme. And it was
Guys, this doesn't add up.
Hold on a second.
Hold on a second. You're saying that like America didn't know about this?
We'll get to the bottom of this. Don't worry.
I saw a thing and it was like a baby was crying and the mom was like, please stop crying. Please, you're making me so sad. And the baby was like, I concur. And it's like I'm smoking a cigarette. It's like, that was pretty silly of me, wasn't it? I think about that all the time. Just like, what if babies are like, for a day, just like had regular like human thoughts, and we're just thinking like, what if I stop being an asshole? Stupid fucking dickhead, jerks. I don't know. I think this generation has gotten like a little bit meaner.
No one knows how to interact with each other anymore.
No.
You shouldn't
Elaborate on
be. You
that.
shouldn't be able. A human being should not be able to just reach out to any person in the world at any time and tell them their thoughts.
I disagree. I think that was the next stage in human evolution. I think we needed to go there.
Yeah, but it's like it's such a huge. We just dove right into the deep
We
end.
just built this society that like makes us think that like we need these barriers of like we just made these barriers. Like there shouldn't be like I shouldn't.
You're saying we should build a wall.
Yeah, I think we should build a wall around the planet. Just the entire planet is inside the wall. No, like we like idolize these celebrities and stuff, and I think it's so weird that it's like, oh my god, you think you can talk to Will Smith? Like, I can. I can tweet at him and call him like a dickhead if I wanted to.
But
I won't.
Like I think that's so weird.
I think it's weird, but I'm glad that we can do that. Like, that makes
It's
me feel
open
a lot
people.
better.
I think it's opened people's eyes to a lot of like social issues that they otherwise wouldn't have known about.
Mm-hmm.
But it also is just like emotionally and psychologically, I should not see. Or like in high school, you should not be able to just like check up and see what your crush is doing at this moment and just be fucking just
that's
devastated. You know what I mean?
That is
Like it's
most
so.
unhealthy.
It's just so. It's just seeing like people that are your friends and you're like, oh, I guess I'm not like they didn't hit me up, like they're out doing.
And they're chilling, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a weird situation.
I just think it and especially like little kids who are just on their phone. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about it.
I'm glad we didn't have phones growing up.
Me too.
I agree, but okay. So this opens up another kind of talking point. What do you guys think about like babies being given like iPads and like?
I don't like it.
Not. like baby, like literal, like a child.
Not like 4 or 5-year-olds.
Yeah, but it's not like theirs. It's not like my dad bought me this iPad. It's like
the parents' iPad.
the parents' iPad.
Oh,
I'm letting you watch like Blue's
play
Clues
this
on.
game. No.
Yeah, like what are your thoughts on that? Because like
I don't like it.
I thought I did not like it. I thought I was
like
like, yo, that's bad parenting. But like, I'm not a fucking parent. Like I can't
That's the thing.
imagine.
I don't care.
I can't
imagine having to deal with an infant.
Because like yeah, we see like the TV, we see like what our mom and dad went through, but like seeing like, can you imagine
No.
a thing waking up at 4
No.
a.m., refusing to sleep until it wants to sleep, having to deal with also work, and then like a wife.
It's just self-preservation at that point.
Yeah, like you will do anything to survive, and like if you get the chance to like turn your baby off, like literally tell it to shut the fuck up for like 10 minutes.
Like Casey Anthony.
I pause. That's
What?
A little less violent than that.
Yeah, but like
What?
Well, she'd have an iPad.
she did.
If she had an iPad, the kid be around still.
That kid would still be here. If
Yeah,
there
but
was
you're
an
gonna.
iPad. I think there were iPads back then.
You're saying just like she would have
No.
just like smashed her head with the iPad?
I think she just
seems like
she would have turned on like
Let her-
Seinfeld and called it a day. I think.
Flappy Bird or something.
Flappy Bird. I think Flappy Bird was around and that's a good reference.
Nah,
yeah.
no way.
When was Casey Anthony?
2005?
Oh no, Casey Anthony. Flappy Birds was
2013?
I was in 10th grade sitting in metal tech.
2014.
When what? When you heard about Casey Anthony?
No.
No, with Flappy Bird.
Oh, when Flappy
This
Bird came
kid-
out. Oh.
We
Wait,
both-
let's talk about where were you guys when you heard about the breaking news of the Casey Anthony case?
I was with my grandparents. I will never forget that. My grandparents
I was in my
were
living
like,
room. I remember it.
were like, I will kill this woman. I'm like, no, you won't. What? And I think, where did Casey Anthony do that stuff? Like, it was like Florida, right, or something?
If I had to take a guess,
It
that
would-
would be a safe.
I remember
that would be a
sitting in my
safe guess.
grandparents' house in Florida, and they're like, we should go kill her. And I'm like,
We're only 2 towns away.
we're only 2 towns away.
Kyle, get in the car. We're going.
That's exactly. Yeah, I was like, yo.
Blake, get in the
We
backseat.
about to go like drive by
Yo,
shooting? That's crazy.
Nah, I feel like old people do make like subtle jokes like that. Like I remember one time, like my grandpa is really liberal.
Okay.
I remember one time he made a joke about like George Bush. We were talking about like skydiving, and he was like, "Oh, I'd like to see him go skydiving without a parachute." And me and Jake were just looking at each other like, "You're wishing death upon him. That would kill him." But I don't really give a fuck how anyone raises their kids, man.
I get it, but like,
There's
there are
people
some
there's
clear
people who are
things.
raised shitty, who are fully functioning people. There's people raised by the greatest human beings on earth that like are serial rapists.
Yeah.
I can't. That's a pretty scary situation. Like,
That's why I don't want to have kids.
really.
Imagine you just you have a sociopath. Imagine your child is literally
And
like
you're
this.
the first to go.
This
They say
fucking
the dad is the one that
this
gets killed.
who's the Brian Laundrie guy? He just
Yeah.
came home to his parents like, guys, I did it. I killed her. Like, what are you supposed to do?
He's got to be dead.
Brian? No, he ran away.
They can't find him. Where the fuck did he go?
To be, I think that's a fair thing because like
Where are
he
you
has
going?
no history of like being skilled in like that kind of combat of like hiding in like the mudlands of Florida. Like no, like what?
I have my suspicions that he's a Mossad agent.
A what?
A Mossad agent for the Israeli government.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you want to
Definitely, for
elaborate,
sure.
or is that the end of that?
I
I want to hear this.
I sort of just thought of it, and I don't actually feel that way, so there's not really much
Okay,
elaboration.
so but
I
like,
could-
if you had to come up with something on the spot, like, is there any evidence?
so
you
the
have?
Israeli government, they are just nefarious.
Nefarious?
And listen, my grandma's Israeli. I know.
Oh, so you get the pass.
I get the no, not the pass, but
Okay,
yeah, that was sort of just nonsense that I said, and I can't
so I, like,
I
shouldn't
can't
have asked
really
to
back
elaborate?
it up with logic.
I
But
mean,
I'm certain that he was he was a foreign
I
intelligence.
cannot back it
operative.
up. You cannot ask me to prove it, but I know for a fact.
I can't even promise you that this is the way I feel, but he was a foreign intelligence operative.
But like, if it came out
Is.
tomorrow that he is, you'll be the only one that was like, I fucking told you, jerks. Like, I told you, jerk offs, that he
All
was.
you guys heard on our
Oh,
podcast.
this
Everybody
podcast
that
blows
listened.
up.
Everybody that listened.
We just end up on Spotify making like 10 grand a month.
No, but so my point is that, like, what if that's just your kid?
Yeah, like, what do you do?
I
Like,
don't want-
I think a brother relationship is kind of like similar, where I'm just like,
Like, bro, you a snitch?
you piss me off more.
Yeah,
than
but
anything.
you're not responsible for their
They murder
actions.
somebody.
No, yeah, definitely not responsible. Oh no, yeah, 100%. But like, I'm
Like
talking
if
about like
if you killed someone, they wouldn't be like, wow, like
Sick
what
brother.
kind of fucked up brother? Like,
no, like the parents probably helped them a lot because like they're not giving any info. But like, I feel the same way about like a brother. Like I love him. He pisses me off more than anything. Like I can sometimes just feel like I just want to rip my skin off. Like when he like does dumb shit. But it's
bro,
like,
me and my brother just spent this past weekend. We spent at least 20 hours in a car together, like
Yeah.
combined, and it was just like half of it was the most fun I've ever had, just like goofing around,
Yeah.
and the other half of it was like when we disagree on where we should park to go to this event, and we're like on the verge of
Like fighting.
physical assault.
Yeah, no, that happens. But like when it's good, it's really good. Like you really feel like you just got like the best friend in the world.
Yeah,
Who
for
also,
sure.
like, yeah, and it's a great feeling because like I do feel like if he came to me and was like, "Yo, I just killed someone," I'd be
That's
like,
the
"Yo,
thing.
I
Like
might
everyone
help
is
you."
saying this, that the parents are so fucked up, but it's like if your kid came to you, I bet a lot of people would do the same thing.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's my kid.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you came from me. Like, I'm not gonna be like, "Yo, L, that's a fat L you just took. Get the fuck out of here." At least it's something like.
What if his parents was like, listen, you guys don't know the whole side. This girl was so annoying. She was so needy.
That's fucked up.
So I killed her.
Like, I work at a news station, so I've been editing like just nonstop packages of this Gabby girl and like stuff I didn't even think I needed to know. I now.
But
know.
why is it so fascinating? Like
It's fascinating to us because apparently she's from like Suffolk and like Nassau.
yeah, but I
she's
don't
from
even
Long
care.
Island, yeah.
I don't even
Yeah.
care if she was from Russia. I would still just shit like that is so. I just want to like these true crime documentaries. They're so enthralling.
Enthralling.
Yeah,
Okay.
they just hook me.
What was I gonna say? Something else. Oh, I saw something that kind of. I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like it might be. I feel like it's like in the right, like mindset, but it's a little kind of rude. It was like somebody made a TikTok, and it was like, now that we know what happened to Gabby, we should start talking about like the thousands and thousands.
Oh, I saw that too.
Yeah.
And it was like, I totally get what you're saying.
But now's not the time.
But like you,
Like-
Gabby, like her body was found yesterday, or no, I think it was that day. Like now that we know what happened to Gabby, yeah, we do know she was killed.
But
Let's be a little nice about it. But it was like there are thousands of like brown and Muslim trans people missing, and it was like,
It's just a game of like how progressive can you be?
yeah, 100%.
It's like, oh yeah, you guys are sad about this. I'm sad about something far more
Yeah.
important.
But like I do think it does warrant like what you said before, like why are people very interested? Because like yeah, I mean yeah, you should be interested in someone.
It's just like
This girl was very like not to speak ill of anyone. Like it's not I'm not even being rude, but like she was cute and she was an influencer. She was
she was.
what? Oh yeah, no, her whole
Oh,
gag.
people knew her?
She was like a TikTok. Like she was trying to be one
This
of
guy's
those
a
men,
fucking
like,
idiot.
She was trying
What
to
is
be
he like? How are you gonna document your whole road trip and just think like, I'll probably get
so,
away
like,
with this?
I'm gonna kill her
for
now.
like the
Yeah.
news thing, I had to edit like packages about like what was going on with her, and we had to pull clips from her YouTube and TikTok, and it's
Bro,
like,
your life for this entire trip has been well documented.
yeah. So like, no,
Honestly, a lot of stuff like this, like stuff like that, or when people get in trouble for saying really racist shit, part of me is shocked at their lack of compassion, obviously, and just them being a shitty person. But I'm often more shocked by like, how fucking stupid can you be?
I think it goes
Why
back
would
to
you
a
do
heat
that?
of the passion kind of
what,
thing.
But why? Yeah, yeah, you're right.
That's like the only thing I can think of because like to be fair, how you don't just like kill someone if not passionately like.
Well, there was all that. There was like multiple reports of them fighting like
Oh
everywhere
yeah, so
they
like
went.
one of the things I was gonna say was like, there's clips of
Oh,
the
the body cam.
yeah the body
That
cam they
was
get pulled over and the thing is
hilarious.
she
I didn't. You watched it?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
He like literally gives him a fist bump. The
yeah
cop.
no he's
He says like, "Oh, fucking
Because,
bitches,"
like,
am I right?
it's a very,
not
like-
in those words, but
it's a very like
pretty
this
much.
could have happened like the girl had I think she had OCD so she had an attack, she freaked out on the boyfriend, hit the boyfriend while he was driving, and that's what led to them like being looked at funny by the cops like, hey, what the frick is going on, you guys just swerved into 3 lanes. what's going on.
She just seemed like really distraught though. It was
Yeah,
it was
crying.
really clear that like she was distraught and he was not handling the situation well.
It was like what you see, like if you ever see the couple fighting in public, it always is like the girl's like, she's making the scene, she doesn't care, and then you see the dude like, I'm
Like,
so
yo,
sorry
like,
about this.
like,
I'm
stop,
sorry
like,
about
yeah.
this guy. Like the guy, Brian was very smooth with the police officers. He was like, sorry about this, guys. Like honestly, we were just talking, and like she kind of hit me a little. It's no big deal. It was like,
I'm not pressing charges.
Yeah, no, he did say you do, if you want to, you can press charges, because like she hit him, and they asked her, it was like, did you hit him with the intent of like making you guys crash, because like that could land you in prison. And she was like, no, I don't think so. It was like, you don't just ask her, she will say no.
She clearly had problems, but it was just like,
it doesn't warrant anything. Like, they were just like yeah, like it doesn't like. But I like a lot of people were saying like that. I think that was a heat of passion thing, because like they were probably living in a van.
I was talking to like this group of people, and someone was like, "Man, but like you don't know what she was doing." And I was like, "How is that your stance? You see a woman get murdered, and your first thought is like, man, you don't know though. Like she could have been doing anything." I was like, "What are you? Why? Like if that's the way you feel." Just keep that to yourself.
Just keep that shit to yourself. That's embarrassing. If you side with the murderer, just keep that shit.
Yeah, what? Why are you giving this pretty clear cut case? You're just giving this guy the benefit of the doubt. You're just like,
Someone made a great point to me that I think needs to be again like. I hate doing this because like I'm not like a white high school.
That young bald guys need to be put in camps.
What happened?
What? I thought I was just bouncing off something you.
Yeah, no, I think Billy said something about like internment camp, bald people, right? That was you. No, it's like someone brought up something that was interesting, and again, I don't like doing it because like it's like a pretty bad stigma of like devil's advocate, but like somebody mentioned that like it is a little funny how like they like interrogated the dude a little bit, like Brian. They asked him like. So what's going on here, guys? Like they like interrogated him, and Gabby was like, "Are you okay, ma'am?" And it was like you wouldn't ask this like a girl that question of like, "What's going on here?" And like Brian just happened to play it off pretty well, but it was like you wouldn't ask like the guy that.
Well,
I thought that was an interesting kind of.
The thing is that it's the problem is that and people don't want to really. I don't. The whole problem with like domestic violence and shit, and the fact that it's really only on men is just plain and simply because most men are physically stronger than most women, so the women are like in danger. Mm-hmm. But I mean, women could just as easily emotionally manipulate men, but I just think if you're going into a situation like that, you have to be more weary of the woman. Just not to like. Make all these generalizations. Like there are obviously tons of women that could beat the shit out of all of us, but
yeah,
I think for the most part,
like if you're
I think
a guy
just
walking
physically
into a situation, you can assume this, which you shouldn't, but you can assume that like like that's this guy Brian probably could have taken.
He wasn't worried. I don't think he wasn't worried about Brian's physical well-being,
which a case could have been made that like she should have been, or police officer should have been.
Well, the case should have been made that it was just handled poorly from the get-go.
Oh, yeah. There's like a news story that was about like how we handled the situation so terribly. Like police officers literally had she had an OCD attack, and and the cops were like, "Oh, that blows. That's you should like maybe like grow up." Like they were just really like not helpful about it. So like that is also a key issue, is like not being able to handle that kind of, because like they didn't de-escalate anything. They were like, "Yeah, you guys just like."
Well, cops don't de-escalate anything. They escalate.
That's their job, though. They
everything.
have to be able to. Yeah.
I've never seen any situation where the cop gets there and suddenly everything is smooth and cool.
Yeah. I agree. That's like very true. I don't know. Like, I don't think it's more like, oh, I'm on this side. I'm like, no, If you're on Brian's side, you're a villain. But like I think this does open like a lot of like the dangers of like this influencer kind of lifestyle, because like that's what they were doing. They were trying to live an influencer life of like living in a van, traveling the world with your lover, and then cooking like in the forest.
Making money off the true crime documentary series about your girlfriend's murder.
But like it just opens.
You think those guys get any like residual kickbacks from those?
Not in a million years. They're not going to track down like an ex-murderer and be like,
Okay, like you're in prison, but like we'll give you commentary.
except O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson is like.
Well, he was innocent. What do you mean?
Fair enough.
Yo,
no.
no.
He didn't do shit. If
O.J.?
If the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
This has ruined his reputation for far too long. If you are proven innocent,
You're innocent.
let the man live his life.
I think I might disagree with that. That's a bold statement from someone. Like, what if it really is a technicality? Like, there are situations where
Wasn't
like
Casey Anthony innocent?
I think she did kill those kids, or her like one kid.
I think she was innocent though.
Oh, okay, no, okay, yeah, that's a fair point because like she did kill him.
She had another kid.
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
She had another kid
Yeah.
alive.
And people were like,
like,
"Yo,
okay.
you're kidding? Like you had one.
Here's a really
Like,
tough one.
Now
That
you have another one? Like, are you gonna keep this one? What's going on? Like,
Yo. No, the one that always.
She's like, listen, everyone makes mistakes with their first kid.
it's like the first
Everyone knows the
pancake.
second kid is
It's
yeah.
always
First-
a little better.
You always throw out the first pancake.
Hey man, you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
Jeez, man, that's like two breakfast analogies in a row. No, the one that gets me is
Hey man, to have a bowl of cereal, sometimes you got to kill a baby, bro.
what's that one? It was a big thing with Skittles. Trayvon Martin.
Oh yeah.
What always got me like, I don't know, I don't want to get into it, but
Big
like,
thing with Skittles.
it was a big thing with Skittles. I
Oh,
remember.
that black kid got murdered. Yeah. The big thing with Skittles. Yeah.
No, well, the one that got me.
The
is
trial of the century.
Yeah.
The Skittles debacle.
Was there an Arizona iced tea too? Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
What a meal.
Oh.
What a meal.
No, like what gets me is like they found out where he lives and like they just like don't stop with like his harassment. Like the guy who was like acquitted.
George Zimmerman.
Yeah. They like, don't stop. They like bang on his front gate and stuff, and they like terrorize him and.
Like, hey, come outside.
And like, there's still people on Twitter who's like, "Yo, you should just like if you live in I think it was Florida too, like if you live in the Florida area, please make sure to burn his house." It was like, what?
Please go and ding dong ditch him.
Well, it comes down to a couple things. People don't trust the justice system, and
I don't trust.
nor
it
do
either.
I. Nor do I. But it's like
I saw it firsthand.
people don't see justice, and so they just want to like create it on their own. And people also, I think, so the idea of being a good person only exists if there are bad people. So people, I think on social media especially, they just have to push down others because they're like, all right, these people have to be bad because if they don't exist, then I'm not good. Obviously, the George Zimmerman is something completely different because
do you have an example of that? Because like I am like
the whole like
what's a good example of
if I'm
of not really bad, but people think is bad just because. Because like I feel like you're on the nose, but like I can't.
Well, like,
Every time I see
like a famous case or something.
just in general, because like there are times.
okay,
where,
if you're sometimes I'm driving and let's say I pull up to a stop sign and I get there first and I see someone coming towards the stop sign like fast, there's a part of my brain and like the back of my mind that I'm like hoping that they just try to go through it just so I could be mad at them and think I'm better than you.
I think
That sort of
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
that's interesting.
No, I get that.
What
No,
I
like-
was thinking about it, I think because I do feel what you're saying, and it does get me a little pissed. But also, like I think just like I've been reworked in society. Like my brain is programmed differently now. But like
It's built different.
I'm just simply built different. Selena Gomez, she got fucking like there was like one tweet or something that like people like not obliterated her because like she's still like the most popular like person on Instagram I think, but like it was like a Mexican revolution or something recently, like something crazy in like Hispanic speaking countries, and people were like, Selena, why aren't you speaking about this? And it was like, what the fuck does the
Speak about
Wizard of Waverly
what?
Place have to do with any like who cares?
Hey guys, like.
But like people are like she sucks. She didn't have anything to say about this. She didn't like
Yeah,
post
but if
that
she-
black square, and it was like
It's all
yo, what? Like that doesn't.
I was thinking about this the other day, but like when they do say something, it just comes off so fun. Like the Oscars is just literally the richest people on the planet telling you that you need to do everything to
Yeah.
save the world. Like who cares?
Like you guys do it then.
Yeah.
It was like, you got the fucking money, man. It was like Leonardo DiCaprio. We need to stop using straws. It was like, you need to give.
Who's
me
we?
your
Are
money.
we
Like,
speaking French,
you're
bro?
on a private jet, but I can't use a plastic straw.
Yeah, right.
That's the problem.
That's the most ironic. Or fucking AOC saying tax
Yeah.
the rich. Is like, you are okay. Let me break this down for you, AOC.
I think
You
what
are
you're gonna say, and I
at
think
the
I
Met
might
Gala
I might
with
disagree.
the richest people in the world.
You were there.
You also are the person who is in charge of making rules for the government. Who are you telling to tax the rich?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we be saying that to you? You know what I mean?
That shit is so weird.
Like politicians tweeting things that they think should happen. It's like, what do you do? Go do it.
That's like when the kids in middle school like run for like school president.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, I'm gonna make the water fountains Kool-Aid.
I remember
like-
somebody
like
said that.
shit
And I was
like that.
Whoa, this guy's got the power. This guy knows what's good. But like,
Same shit.
I think the one that gets me is like I could be brainwashed like liberal socialist, but like I think
We are so. That's another thing that I look at everything through. Like, we are so propagandized. It's insane. It's fucking insane.
If you explained America to another country, they'd be like, "Oh my god, is that like North Korea?" Like,
Yo,
we
dude,
sat in a room and pledged allegiance.
So I saw this video on Instagram of this like Russian parkour dude, and he was just like, he was filming his parkour thing, and he was filming it in Russia, and there was just people all over the place with just iPhones, and there was these regular looking buildings, and I was like, oh, so that's Russia. But then then I asked myself, I'm like, what did I think Russia was? And I was just like,
snow and like gray
snow and
buildings,
factories.
Right? Yeah. Yep.
They
And
are just
that's
like communism is bad.
I think North Korea, they do what we do. They just aren't smart enough to disguise it.
No, but
just
who
makes
knows
it-
who knows what? I was also thinking about this.
shit.
My whole life I've been thinking that about North Korea. Who the fuck knows what's going on there? Maybe they've fucking...
Maybe like they're how like we are.
They definitely are. They definitely do the same shit. Like, they're just more straightforward about it. It's like, you cannot speak bad about fucking.
Kim Jong-un?
I was going to say George Zimmerman. About what's this like?
Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un. Yeah. Like, if you speak bad about him, we
Faked
will
his
kill
death.
you. Yeah, like it's like stuff like that. But like
That was so funny.
But who
America does the same thing. But like
we
do-
learned in school that the atomic bomb was like necessary.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
That's crazy. I remember my liberals, like Miss. I'm not
Wasn't
gonna
that
say. I'm
Pearl
not gonna say
Harbor?
her name. No, that was when they got us. Pearl Harbor was Hawaii.
That was before though.
Yeah, so Pearl
Yeah.
Harbor was first.
So we were like, oh, like we're coming back.
Like, yeah, they dropped the missile. We dropped the bomb that blew up their entire like city.
Yeah.
They just destroyed like a dock, and we were like, what if we destroyed your entire?
What if we
town?
destroy you? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you like kicked me in the shin and then I just took a machete and
And
chopped
killed
your
your family, and I killed your entire bloodline.
and I killed your family and fucked up generations to come.
And then like
Not only are half of your relatives dead, but every one of your relatives that will be born in the future will have less than 10 toes.
plus your neighbors. Like,
Yeah.
nephew gone.
Gone.
Bloodline decimated.
Nephew's friend, he's gone.
Nephew's friend. any sort of thought that you existed in anyone's mind, gone.
No,
No,
but I
like-
think the U.S. is probably the best in the world at propaganda.
They just make it look like I think the best thing is like North Korea is like, you cannot speak bad about our president, and it's like America's like, okay, you can.
I can't believe anything that you can. I
No,
don't-
like that actually, like I did see an American took a tour of North Korea, and like I think he like, which I think is very very illegal.
The guy on Vice,
I don't know if he was
like years ago,
I don't know. I mean, I did see it a while.
there was a
ago.
guy on Vice that and he went to all those like fake restaurants and shit.
No, I think he like jumped off the tour or something and like just like snuck around.
Well, there was
Which I
also
think is
that there was
very-
also that kid that got like lobotomized, the American kid. Like that's pretty hard to look past.
But like the one that gets me is like, we have shit like that where it's like, if you do this, like we will get you. And like I don't want to get into conspiracies because I mean I don't deal in conspiracies. I deal in
But
the
there's
facts.
some things that aren't conspiracies. Like, the government assassinated Martin Luther King.
Like that.
It's-
He caused an uprising.
It's well.
JFK too, apparently.
JFK was killed by the CIA because right before
He's trying.
he
Yeah.
was killed, he had a plan to take, because he knew that their whole gimmick was CIA takes down governments. They take, like, the CIA
Yeah.
has been known to take down foreign governments for their own benefit. Like, that is not a fun little quirky fun fact.
You ever see the
they
movie?
do that.
You ever see the movie Judas and the Black Messiah?
No.
So good. It's fucked up, but it's about this guy named Fred Hampton, and he was the leader of the Black Panther Party in Chicago, I think, in like around the time of.
Like the Ku Klux Klan?
No, or later than that. It was like around the time of like Vietnam.
Okay.
And he was literally executed in his sleep by either the CIA or the FBI. Like, documented. The family sued and won. Mm-hmm. So the government said, yeah, our bad. And we're just like, all right, cool.
Here's the one that gets me the most. And, like, okay, here are two things. Two things that I really want to say that 100%, like, you can look it up. It is 100% a fact. Have you? I know you haven't, but did you see The Winter Soldier?
No.
You never saw The Winter Soldier?
No.
That's so gay. They do, like, a scene where, like, there's this, like, villain who, like, he was hidden in the shadows the whole time with, like, a metal arm, and all he did was cause problems in America so that America could be ripe for, like, takeover in the future. Like, whatever. He did, but it was shown that he did everything bad. Like, he did the assassination of JFK. He did all this. And there's one that always gets me is this secret organization was in charge of, like, Hydra, and Hydra infiltrated America. This fact is 100% true. In the 60s, when we were trying to get to the moon, we had all these Nazis in prison because we just, like, fucking vanquished the Nazis in World War II. We were like, we need scientists, and what better people to have on our team than Hitler's, like, right-hand scientists.
This is also well documented. NASA is literally all Nazis.
Yeah, they had Nazis join NASA and be like, if you build a rocket, we'll give you freedom.
We're NASA shirts.
Oh yeah, for those wondering, I'm wearing NASA's Marshall's brand, like, shorts.
Do you support the Nazis?
Is that what
You
you're
know what?
getting
We
at?
can talk about that after. No, I don't. But what gets me is, like, NASA's filled with, like, actual, like, Nazis and stuff. Like, that's not like a
Buzz Aldrin? Nazi.
Nazi.
No, there are some of these things
Look
that
at people
aren't.
who got us to the moon. They, like, the head scientist was, like, it's called Operation Paperclip.
Yeah, they took all in a lot of aspects of.
Here's the
like,
one that
science.
gets me a lot is
Crazy. Fuck.
do you guys know what MKUltra is?
Yeah.
It's, like, not a conspiracy. That is 100% true.
What is it?
It's what the thing with, like, acid.
Yeah, so, like, they thought they could use psychedelic drugs like acid in high like, doses and give people, like, superpowers, like, and, like, telekinesis,
For, like, soldiers.
Yeah. So, do you know who the Unabomber is? He, like, mailed people, like, smallpox.
Yeah.
His whole thing was he was, like, a Harvard, like, or MIT graduate, and he was a regular guy. They picked him up off the street. They gave him, like, a fucking shit ton of acid. He went insane, and that's when he became the Unabomber. And, like, that is, like, 100% confirmed. He was made by the U.S. government.
No, they ruined life. Yo, you ever hear him? This is a little bit different. Well, very different, but in the same vein. You ever heard of him, White Boy Rick?
No.
He was this.
He sounds very familiar.
He was supposedly, the story goes, he was this 17-year-old white kid who was, like, running the Detroit crack scene, and which is, like, a predominantly, like, black run. It's predominantly ran by, like, the story was so interesting because it was like this 17-year-old white kid is in charge of this big drug ring that's mainly facilitated by, like, black gangs in Detroit. I think Detroit. But it turns out, so he's in, like, history remembers him as, like, this infamous drug kingpin who at 17, this white kid, like, ran. And it turns out that his dad was an FBI informant. And so throughout his whole childhood, he would just be with his dad when the FBI was there, and so he would just give them information, and then eventually he, like, got into the drug game just to, like, give the FBI information. And the FBI, there was, like, you know, shit was getting, like, hot, like, his situation was getting dangerous, and he got shot, and the FBI was like, they were like, all right, well, you got to go back in because now like your street cred is even better.
Oh.
And then one day, then they got enough information to indict people and actually send people to jail, and they just stopped calling him. And so now they told him to stay out of school. They're like, no, you have to do this for us. Like, you have to be on the streets, get information. And they got the information and just let him rot. And then he got caught with drugs, and at 17 was sentenced to life in prison. And the FBI never, like, came to his defense or nothing. He spent, like, 30 years in jail.
Holy shit.
It's wild. Really wild.
Imagine that you're just like, fuck. Like,
So
what now?
A friend of mine, I was talking to if we actually made a...
These are all rumors. We support the U.S. government and all of their entities
please don't come to
and
me.
The
actions.
official sponsor of this podcast.
Yeah, Barack Obama was actually, he listens to us. He's a big fan of our podcast.
He's actually right over here.
Yeah,
What up, guys? It's Obama.
hey, it's me, Obama.
Hey, it's fucking me, Obama.
So, me and my friend were talking, and he tells me a lot of good conspiracy theories. Again, not conspiracies. These are actual facts, actual factuals. But
Well, I believe conspiracy theories that make sense. Like, the Earth being flat doesn't make sense to me.
yeah, like you can't.
What's
back
the
that.
reason?
Where's the end?
Where,
No,
I
not
mean,
even
You
that.
told me that if I went through that water, I wouldn't fall.
No,
off.
but
You're
not
bugging.
even
You're
that.
bugging
It's-
and you're thugging.
It's like, why would the government want us to think that it's round? Like,
Well, all right.
what
like,
are you saying?
If you get into that kind of why the government,
You ever
wants
see
everything.
you ever see a globe in school?
Fake? It's actually donut shaped.
It's
I
a
heard.
circle.
It's actually shaped like a velociraptor.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong, but like, this is going off of that FBI thing. It's not really a conspiracy. It's just like how fucked up I don't trust the like judicial system. This dude came back from. He was a immigrant, and he was a good immigrant. He was a nice man, and all he wanted was like, I don't know. He was working like a regular job, whatever, what have you, and he lived in a trailer home, and his next door neighbor was like a mom and a daughter, like that was it, and they got into fights a lot, whatever. He came home from work, and he saw that the mother was murdered, and the trailer was like broken into, blood everywhere. He saw the knife, picked up the knife, was like, damn, this is crazy. Called the police, was arrested, and they thought he did it for 20 years. He was in prison. And this company that's like known for, like, it's a charity, and all they do is like get people off who...
the Innocence Project?
Yeah. And they found out that...
You know who works with them, like, a lot? Eddie Vedder,
I don't know who that
Who's
is.
that?
the singer of Pearl Jam.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's just a nice little anecdote, I
Little
guess.
fun fact.
All right, go on.
But he was proven innocent, and what they found out is it was apparently the mother and daughter got into a huge fight that day. They never asked the daughter like any questions. They were like, "Yeah, this guy did it." And if they asked them for like, they got the answer of who really killed the mom in 30 minutes, 20 years later, by just like asking the daughter like, "Hey, so where were you that night?" "Oh, I was with my boyfriend." "Okay, what does he do?" "Oh, he like sells drugs sometimes." It was like, "Okay, does he have any weapon?" "Yeah, he's got a gun and a knife and stuff." And it was like,
Did you kill her? Did you like?
I mean, if you ask me these questions, I just don't know. And it was like, okay, well, this guy's been in prison for 20 years while you were like memeing it up, like it's just like dumb shit like that. So I don't really trust the judicial system like in that capacity. It's just.
Did you ever watch I think it was on Hulu. That girl Gypsy Rose. You ever hear about that?
What happened?
Sounds like a porn star.
She sounds pretty cool.
Well,
She.
no.
All right.
Okay, so, like she was born, and her mom like told her that she had a bunch of illnesses, but she didn't.
Is this Is this a Brie Larson movie?
No, it's real.
Oh, okay.
It's actually happened.
Okay.
Like the
Captain
mom was
Marvel?
saying,
Is this Captain Marvel?
yeah. Gypsy Rose is Captain Marvel.
Is this Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
So the mom was telling her that she had all these fake illnesses, and telling like the public that she was sick, had cancer, and this and that. She had a feeding tube, but wasn't sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like she was getting all this like trips to Disney and this and that.
Oh.
But like she was in a wheelchair, but she could walk.
Was the mom doing it for the trips to Disney, or was
Doing it for like the money and the trips and all that other shit. And then like she would
Good grift. Respect it.
Yeah,
Respect the grift.
good hustle. It's a good hustle.
It's
a good hustle. Like
it's called hustling. Get with
yeah.
it.
And like the girl would walk when like she was home,
Mm-hmm.
And then like she would like secretly like talk to like this guy on the internet, and like she was sick of being like told that she was like that she was sick, but she wasn't.
Okay.
So like she met this guy online. They met up, and they killed the mom, and like dipped, and now she's in prison.
Daughter?
Yeah,
Ooh.
she's still in jail. Yeah.
So it's not a happy ending for anybody.
No.
Except maybe the boyfriend who just got off and was just like,
Yeah.
nice. I got to kill someone for free. Damn, that's really fucked up.
But yeah, said she was sick, but like she wasn't.
I don't know. What was one that I heard one story that really got me like got my like my taint tickled. Something about something.
Oh.
Something about something that tickled your taint.
You guys ever heard of DMT?
Yeah, I have.
You know what DMT is?
That shit Rogan uses.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
Rogan?
Joe Rogan.
So like
All right. I'm
what?
sorry.
No, he's like really famous for talking about it.
Yeah.
So like
I thought you were like making a joke about it at first.
no. Like I just thought it was kind of cool like to talk about like. I have friends that did it, and like apparently, like the main thing that like obviously you can see whatever you see when you take it, but like one of the main like talking points is like you somehow experience like 50 years in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It's like a 30.
the
No,
scariest
apparently it's like a 30-second trip.
Oh yeah, like the one that gets me is like it's the only drug that when you take it, like there is no calm down. You take it. Oh no, you have to smoke it twice. First time you don't feel anything. Second time you feel something. And then that's what you.
I've heard varying reports. I've never done it,
Yeah.
but I've heard people who like took one hit of it and like were just gone, and I've heard people who like had no effect.
Like there was like this person. Oh yeah.
Everyone's body also reacts to shit differently.
Oh well, yeah. That's a fair point. But like, I did hear that it was like. I mean, you probably do get it the first round, but like. Apparently, like, the rule of thumb is you smoke it, you feel nothing. Wait, like, I think it's like 5 seconds. Take a deep breath, and then you do it again. And then it's... Because, like, it's very, like...
It's apparently like looking into like a kaleidoscope.
Really? I did not hear that. I heard that was the drug that, like, you do see.
Yeah, no, that's what I
Things
mean.
that
Like,
you
all
are, like,
sorts
in
of crazy
another-
visuals.
That,
People
like,
think... People have a really, like, inaccurate perception of like psychedelic drugs.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I was, like, in 9th grade, I thought that if you smoked weed, I'd be, like, tripping balls, man. Like...
No, but my friend was like, "Yeah, dude, my brother's friend, he did acid, and he thought that there was a tank in the middle of the street." I was like, "You can't do psychedelics and just like imagine things that
See
are
a
not
tank?
there.
You...
Things are distorted, and things will look cool, but you're not just like,
Gonna see
whoa,
things.
King Kong." Like,
Yeah.
I was a freshman in college, and a bunch of my I was in the suite, and a bunch of my suite mates did acid. Like not me. I was like not ready for that kind of memitude. But me and this other kid that didn't do it, we were like hanging out with the kids who did. And like I don't know what this guy was thinking, but the sober one, the other sober guy who I was with, like didn't know that like whatever you say around a person tripping is like what they see. So we had a dude who was from New York. He loved his Timbs. He loved his New York like Yankee brimless hat or whatever.
Giant Timbs.
mhm.
You're like whispering in their
He
ears.
goes like, "Yo, you tripping, right?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm having a fun time." It was like, wouldn't it be crazy if you looked down at your Timbs and your Timbs just like started coming to life and they ate you? And he was like, "Yo, wouldn't that be great?" And just looks down at his Timbs and starts freaking the fuck like mid conversation. Just goes like, "Yo, my Timbs are coming to life."
I've never had that before.
And we were all just like, "Yo, why would you do this to him? Like, it's his first time tripping. It's like it's like a Tuesday afternoon, man.
David.
Like, damn it, we just got him to bed, and it was just like this
See,
fucked up thing."
I've never had that. I've had like, I've had brief moments of just like crazy disorientation, but never just like.
You saw something that wasn't there.
No, I've imagined things. The first time I ever tripped, the first moment I ever realized I was tripping ever in my life, I was walking up to there was like a dog fence, and I remember walking up to it, and I looked down at it, and I felt like I was a giant, like storming a castle. Like the dog fence was like a castle wall, And I was like, whoa, this is fucking crazy, man. But I didn't like imagine, you know what I mean? Like I didn't imagine anything that wasn't there. You reimagine things that you see as, you like reinterpret them.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
You were giant.
I really thought that way. I was like, fee, five.
To be fair, though, that is how most, like, it's not like you just see it.
It just
Like,
alters.
you have
It
to
alters your.
imagine it.
It alters your perception.
It's like
That's
people
all it
looking
does.
outside like, honey, lock the door. He's like,
The 5'11" man is out of the gym.
shit, he's back.
No, so like, I've done drugs before. Like, I call drugs because like I don't consider marijuana like it's a drug, but not like a fun crazy. But like,
If it's a drug, then I need severe help.
yeah, like I don't like to do the psychedelic stuff though. I stick to the.
I like it occasionally, bro. I did.
I think it's a big commitment, you know.
Yo,
Like,
I did a mushroom chocolate bar
that's
recently.
interesting.
It was fire. It was awesome. We just watched them.
Didn't like you and Jake watch Shrek or something like that one time? Like,
That sounds like a good time. I
We've-
would definitely do
like,
that.
We've done acid and watched each Shrek movie. So
I
that's
feel like-
4 trips.
I have friends that like to do acid and like go hiking, and I'm like, I cannot think of a worse place than in the wilderness,
Nah, it would be.
sweating on a mountain.
I just went to Acadia National Park in Maine, and I was like really wishing I could have like done
Really?
not acid but shrooms. Would have
Huh.
been fire. Shrooms are like
You
all
just
the
make colors brighter or something. Right?
Nah, it's like I would describe it as all of the fun parts of acid without the like existential crisis.
Huh,
Like
that's a
acid,
good
I
way to-
have been like, whoa. The shrooms, I'm just like,
Whoa.
like it's just fun.
I know I won't be good with that kind of shit because like when I get high, like on marijuana, like I feel. It's just all the bad parts about myself that I don't like. I feel like are
Me too, but it's
seeping in. You know.
yeah,
Like,
but
you
it
can call it the strain, but like I know, like deep down, like it's like I'll be with a group of people and I'm like, yo, all these people fucking hate me, and I know it because like I hate me, and they're like, yo, Blake, you want to go grab a smoothie? And I'm like, how would I kill myself instead? Like, what are you saying? Who invited?
They know
this
I love
guy?
smoothies.
but it's like it's
How
almost
they know I wanted a smoothie after just saying I wanted.
How did they know
smoothie?
that?
But it's like, you know, when you're watching a crazy movie that sometimes if I think about a movie that I really like, but there's one part that's like really uncomfortable and makes me, there's like really significant conflict and it makes me anxious, I like won't want to watch it. Sometimes that's what like weed does. It just makes you anxious and it makes everything like this big thing, but it just makes it like exciting.
Okay. No, yeah, so
Honestly, it just makes TV better.
yeah, I agree. I remember I actually watched The Boss Baby high as giraffe nuts, and I remember looking over at my friend and I was like, yo, those are like minions from Despicable Me, and he was like, that's a baby, that's not a minion, and he was like, no, they're minions. You don't get it. Hollywood wants us to ingest the minions.
They have their own movie now. You don't get it.
And he was like, and like he's high, and he's like, he's not gonna argue and be like, no, he's like, Hollywood wants us to look at minions. Like
They're different costumes. They're
different.
minions. Like,
but I had 2 really rough experiences with weed.
I've never had like a
No, I've had
bad
like
experience.
this is the one that gets me. I think this is the day I stopped like forever, and it was like, you guys know you know Daredevil, right? Like the superhero.
Yeah.
Like you know like the gist of him, kind of.
Daredevil?
Blind dude.
Blind dude, he can like hear everything and smell everything, so like he's basically like not blind.
He's a daredevil.
He could hear everything and smell everything.
Yeah, and he can taste it.
So you got like what, 4 to 5 senses?
He's got all 4 senses except for like that one, but it's like super.
So if I do this, I'm Daredevil.
if you can hear, like but he can do stuff like
He
can
could hear
like a heartbeat away,
better.
like miles away.
I can do that if I tried.
I mean, fair enough. Okay, fine. Fuck me then. Okay, all right, let's go home. But like, I had one really rough experience where I got whenever I get high, I try to like go to bed. I try to time myself out so I can go to bed. You know?
but it's not. I don't like. I find myself doing it often just because of the way like the night happens. But I don't think it's good to like get really baked before you go to bed.
Oh,
Like
no.
it alters your sleep.
Yeah. So.
But the thing is, that's the time that I get the most high because it's like when I'm in bed and I know that I will not be leaving my bed. I'm like, there's no responsibilities. I can just get fucking whacked out of my mind.
No, yeah.
And then and then I just get so high that I like can't go to sleep, and I'm just in my bed thinking about like the craziest shit. Like, all right, who are my top 5 favorite characters from Django Unchained?
Like, yeah, like that. Like it'll. I think the part that gets me is like being alone with my thoughts, because like when you go to bed, that is all you do. Yeah, that is all you do is you're sitting.
I have the TV on. I can't see.
Like
I can't
looking
see
at the
TV
ceiling,
off,
being like, "Yo, what if I died?" Like it's just like that, and like weed only makes that worse, especially if like
what if I'm a failure?
Yeah, like
dude,
and weed will only make that worse if you're like not in the right kind of mindset.
If you're just anxious,
so
it just makes me think of like funny things. Like it makes me just laugh at shit. I laugh by myself all the time. Like it's just weird, stupid shit. But I also when I'm about to go to bed, I literally think of just like I said, I'll just do like, all right, who are my top 10 favorite fighters
I'm, like,
or
in
some
the right
shit like
mindset.
that. Yo, you know what I do honestly really often if I'm trying to go to sleep? I'm like, all right, let me just create like the best UFC card I possibly can of like fighters who don't have, or like a football team. I
think about fights.
Think about fights or like poker, or I just think about all sorts of shit. I honestly don't even mind that. I sometimes enjoy just like sitting with my thoughts.
No, yeah,
I am a very anxious person, but for some reason, like when like I'm the complete opposite. When I get high, I just like I'm like, it's whatever. Like life is fucking goofy, but you know.
Yeah. Like no, I don't. I used to have a problem with my own thoughts, but now I'm like used to it, and like I like it now, and I like crave that kind of like feeling. But just like when I'm not in that kind of right mindset where I'm like upset about something or just like in my own bag. I the best way to put it is in your own bag. Like I physically.
I can't just sit with myself and like.
You know, and like some people just can't do that. And like that's fine, but like sometimes a drug like weed, or if it's like. There are different strains, and like I don't want to be like that classic pothead who's like, "Oh, are you smoking the right strain?" But like it does kind of come into play when like you smoke a strain that's meant to like make you focus, and all you want to do is watch TV and like go to bed. You do kind of fuck yourself over, and you're sitting in bed like, "Oh my god."
That's never something that I take into account ever.
And I didn't either until like I was sitting with a group of friends. We were all like chilling out, and I'm like, "Yo, guys, you guys fucking hate me, right? I know you guys hate me. Just say it." And they're like. Like, what the fuck's your problem? It's like that kind of situation that like screws me up. So like I just like stay away from that. Like I got really high and I went to bed too early because I tried to tire myself out, and like that's the plan. You do whatever you do in the middle of the day, smoke whatever, have fun memes throughout the day. You go to bed like, what a good day. Fall right asleep. I fucked up and I'm still super high sitting in bed. And I bring up Daredevil, like what I was saying before, because I was able to hear everything. And I was just like, yo, what's that noise? That's my heart beating. That's so cool. I normally don't hear that shit. Then I heard my roommate, who was next to me, because like shared a room. I heard his heartbeat. I was like, yo, that's kind of funky. And then I heard like the TV across the hall, and I was like, oh, they're watching Danny Phantom. It was like I knew they were watching Danny Phantom. Like, that's funny.
How are they watching Danny Phantom?
On Hulu.
Danny Phantom's on Hulu?
Yeah, I watched the entire thing. It's very
that is interesting.
4 seasons. It is very good.
Yo,
it still holds up.
My brother just got into Rick and Morty, so I'm like rewatching it all with him.
Mm-hmm.
I never really got into it. I watched a couple episodes.
Danny Phantom?
No, Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty is.
I don't know why.
If you don't like that kind of humor, then like it's not for. If you don't like that, because I think I know you pretty well. I don't think you like that humor. A. I don't think you like having that scientific like existential dread. B. So like that show's just not meant for you. And like it's not a bad thing. Like you just don't fuck with it.
It's one of my favorite shows ever. Honestly, it's
like do you like having like your mind fucked a little bit, or is that just like I couldn't give two shits?
I just like stupid comedy. Like,
but it's that with it is so stupid at points, but it is so. It's actually like a good like dramatic TV show also.
Oh, yeah, like it's dramatic, but like I think they just do that to make you feel that, and then they like don't like they have this.
But it is like serious. No, I'm actually not.
Okay, so like I'm not gonna say anything, but like they have this overarching like arc of like Rick and Morty, and like does Rick really care about Morty?
Yeah.
Are they like more than like grandfather and grandson? Because like are they best friends, whatever? And every time they get close in the next episode, like they don't, like they're not that close, but like they're fighting again, and it's like not that cute, and like they just want you to feel that one little second of like, aw, and then they take it away in the next episode. So like, it is like a cute thing, but like it only lasts for like, except you do find a little something like at the end of the what season are you on?
I just finished the 4th.
I
only haven't watched the latest season because it's not on anything. The
last season finale of the last season is the only time they ever have like, because if you notice, they will never ever do a two-parter kind of like.
Oh yeah.
The only time they ever do that is they continued one thing from like
most of the episodes carry into one another though. No, in never. Some way or another.
They only like bring it up like once.
Not carry into each other, but like there are overarching themes.
No themes, yeah, but like they don't talk about it again. Like they're not like, oh my god, remember like. They sort
of do like not ironically, but
in jest. No, I think I ironically is the best way to put it. Like they will say like, yeah, didn't we already do this kind of episode? And
yeah.
That's funny, but like what's a superhero TV show that you watched like recently? Like any sort of like.
No, I don't really.
No.
I haven't really watched any superhero TV shows.
So like I don't know, like The Flash.
I don't really watch that much TV anymore. Really? I can't get into any TV
I think that's
shows.
Fair. We're just like in a weird kind of zone where like you can't watch TV for too long, or else. Like,
I was watching this anime for a while, but now I can't even get into it.
Okay, well, like, did they have a big bad like throughout the season?
A big bad?
Yeah, you never heard of that? Like the big bad, like in Flash, it was like the big bad was Reverse Flash for one season. Then it was like Zoom.
Oh yeah, there's tons of that.
Yeah, so like Rick and Morty doesn't have that. Every episode is like a fun little quirky thing, but like they never have like an overarching like what if evil Morty came. It was like they just do whatever they want to, and then maybe they'll bring it back. Like they'll say something about it like the next episode. Like you're on season 4 now, so like did you see the train one where they're like on the mystic?
Yo, the train. So
they joked about that where it was like, yo, all of this could have been canon, but it's not anymore because like those all could have been great callbacks. Like they never go back to that. The first episode is like they go to the dog planet. Like the dogs. They will never. They said we will never ever bring that episode. Like those dogs are gone. You're not going to see them again.
Yo, it's funny you say that because that episode with the train was, me and Jake we took that chocolate bar, and he was like, and this was what got him into Rick and Morty. He was like, yo, I was like, honestly, Rick and Morty would be like the most fire shit to watch, like tripping.
100%.
And he was like, all right, bet, and that was just the episode I was up to, and it was like the most trippy episode because we were just like so confused.
Yeah. So like it's like they were on a train and like the train was like, I can't even explain it. Like I don't even know if I get it, but like I had a similar thing where like I got high and drunk at the same time and I saw.
It was like nothing. It was like vague for the sake of being vague and non-descriptive for the sake of being non-descriptive, and like everything was left up to your imagination.
Like I saw this. Like I think you would find this cool. It was like an episode where like Rick has like a spaceship that he made out of like garbage, like a dumb little like small like Mini Cooper sized spaceship, and it's kind of funny. And like to power his car battery, he put a tiny universe inside that car battery, and he made a planet of people, and they have like I don't know, like a fucking like they call it like a flugel crank or whatever, like a made up word where like you every day you squeeze the ropes or something and it'll create energy, and that energy will power their city, but that like 50% of that energy goes to his car. And he's like, yo, why won't my car start? So he goes into the box, into the universe, and they're like, yo, why are you not creating energy? And like he made it so that they think he's an alien from another planet who gave them this crank as a gift from outer space, but really he just wants his car battery done. And they were like, oh, I'm so glad you're here. Our lead scientist has created a new form of energy. It's called his his mini box. And they're like, it's a tiny universe, and inside of it creates energy, right? And he was like, how'd you know?
I feel like I saw that before.
Maybe.
No.
I mean, not in another TV show, but like maybe you saw that episode.
No.
I might have saw that episode.
No.
That sounds so familiar.
I'm just joking. I'm
like, what do you mean? No. I'm like,
And then they go into that one, and like, the lead scientist is supposed to mimic Rick, and like, cause like the whole episode starts with like Morty saying like, you're really like this is slavery. Like these people are making their own civilization.
I saw that episode.
And then Rick was like, "Oh my god, what a party pooper!" And then when they go into the other guy's battery, they're like, "Oh my god, this is just slavery with extra steps." And he's like, "Oh my god, what a party pooper!" And it was like, "Oh my god."
No, I saw.
And they just kept doing it. It was really cool. And like that's the episode that gets you into it because it's like, there's no way to tell if I'm in a universe or not. So, in conclusion, you should watch that. It's just like one good episode.
It's a great show.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'll give it another shot.
Yeah, but all I really watched is like that, and like fights and poker videos. That's all I can.
No, like comedies or anything.
No, I almost never watch comedy.
What's a really good sitcom that like you guys just like crack up every time you guys see
It's
it?
Always Sunny.
Always Sunny is okay.
You ever watched Superstore on Hulu?
I have heard good things about
That
it. I
show
only want to
is
watch it because
so
of that guy. I
funny.
fuck with that guy really. Like he was in a TV show that I liked.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but like
Ben.
Oh, actually, I'm completely lying. Me and Jake watched Survivor
Okay.
for a while. Mad old episodes of Survivor.
okay.
And now we're watching Ink Master. Old episodes of Ink
That's
Master.
pretty cool. That's like one of those like
Yeah, because we're like
reality shows.
tatted up now. So we got to live the lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean not to like suck my own
Any
dick
new
and
ones?
swallow the cum.
No, just these two.
I've been trying to get a tattoo. I want to get a matching one with my brother, but like we have two completely different styles. So I'll be like, "Yo, this is so cool, right?" He goes like, "Nah, that's corny as fuck." And I'm like, it's just like a fun thing that people like that I think is cool. He's like, "Yeah, that's what makes it corny." And I'm like,
I'm so indecisive. I'm just like, damn, like
"Yeah."
it's gonna be there.
This one I always like. Every time I look at it, I'm
Which
like,
one is
that's
that?
sick. The squid. But
Oh,
the
okay.
other one on my arm, sometimes I look at it, I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot. Why would I get
What
that?
is it?
What is that one?
It's like a panther going through like a vortex.
What the? F-
It's sick, and I love it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, am I stupid?
what is that on the forearm?
A squid
I like
Coming out of his
Jake's.
skull?
coming out of a skull.
I like
These have
Jake's.
meaning.
Which one? This guy has got like
Oh.
fucking 40.
I know.
Yeah, this one means that I'm badass and I had $200 to spend.
The look on your face means
Yeah,
that
I
you've
know.
been given this question a lot, and you're like, I know what I'm going to say now.
No, honestly, like they mean nothing, but I love when people ask. I'm like, there's an ancient proverb from
nice.
Machu Picchu. It says, "The blood of my enemy is that of my friend."
You should actually have like a real script like lined up and just be like,
No.
nah, I'm
Like
just fucking
something
with it.
ridiculous.
This
Something
guy,
like absurd, but like unbelievable. It
this
needs to be,
guy
like,
I
super
saw,
believable.
this guy that I know, he saw it and he was like, "Oh, that's cool." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I have a bunch of tattoos too." He was like, "Yeah, I'm a firm believer that like they should really like mean something too." I was like, "I do not subscribe to that school of thought. I just think it's art. It looks cool on my body. But like this one, I have second thoughts on sometimes. Like that's pretty stupid. It's just a panther like going through a vortex. It looks sick.
Get a sleeve.
It
I want
definitely
to see.
looks-
I want like
feel
a half sleeve on this.
If you
one.
only want it to look sick, then like that passes the test. Like that is a cool.
Yeah, I
looking
don't give a
tattoo.
fuck.
I would
what
do
it
a
means.
leg sleeve.
I want.
Yeah,
one.
legs are a different story because like you can hug that up if you really want.
I want like a Japanese leg sleeve of like
That's pretty gay.
all just like one image.
one giant like.
No,
tiger.
no, like you know when they have like the koi fish or like dragons or water and flowers and shit. I like that.
Pretty cool. I think we do.
Tattoos are so addictive.
Oh yeah.
They're
yeah.
so addictive.
Everybody
it's
says
crazy.
that.
There's
that has
zero.
tattoos.
There's very few better feelings than walking out of a tattoo shop after like sitting there for 3 hours in agonizing pain and just walking out with this thing on your arm.
Wow.
You're like,
Really?
Wow. Yeah, it's the joy is because you're just
No
sitting
one
there.
ever talks about that feeling. Like it's cool to have ink, but like what do you really feel? Like yeah, it's cool to have a nice like. Oh, this is for my like.
No,
like,
walking
just
when you've
strange
been
uncle, but-
when you've been sitting in just crazy pain for 3 hours and you walk out and you're done and you have something to show for it, you're like, wow, this feels so fucking amazing.
That's kind of cool.
It's like when
When you're edging and you finally get there. I totally get it.
no, you know when like you've
edging
been
for 3 weeks and then you finally do it.
no, but if you're walking around in boots all day or something and your feet are just killing you and you're like, oh my god, I cannot wait to like get home and just take off these fucking
I
boots.
think I feel that. Or
It's like that.
I think a better analogy is like that, where like, but when you take off the boot, like, you ever get like a pain in your foot, like almost like not a cramp, but like a pain where it's like, if I'm not careful, I will fuck up my foot. But like then I like put my foot down.
Not
like,
really, but it's just the relief is so satisfying, and the fact that you're done and you're like, wow, I just went through that. This is fucking awesome.
I guess that only like you only get that feeling if like you really really love this tattoo because like personally I just get nervous and I just be like yo what if I
thought about it for like months. I pick
so then
something.
you're fine.
I pick something and then I'm like I'm just gonna let it sit for like mad long.
Like
and
I have
Jake doesn't do that. Jake picks one and he got his first tattoo.
Every time I see Jake, that's something different.
6 months ago, maybe. He has an entire sleeve, big ass chest piece, one here and here, big ass one here, small one here, and a small one here.
Oh, he's gotten more?
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen him since what, like June?
Probably.
He just got his chest done, like outlined. Last time I saw him.
He got the color, most of the color in.
Do you know how much money like he spent on this like hijinks, or was it like
absurd amount of money?
Really?
Oh, so these are all like
you get what you
upstanding ones.
His are so good though.
They're so good.
So
it's the same artist. It's the same artist that did mine.
So he's paying good money for good tattoos. But
I can't think of a single service that that more exemplifies you get what you pay for.
Oh, I was gonna say the name, but you know what I'm talking about. In high school.
Okay.
Really bad tattoos.
What color skin did he have?
White. He was 18 in like.
Oh, was he older than us?
8th grade, yeah.
But okay, damn, that's fucked up. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
You didn't have to be mean about it. You could have just said like his yellow car, but like.
Yeah.
I was a kid who once we say like, the first letter of his name, you'll be like, oh shit.
I'm not even gonna say the first letter.
Okay, what? This guy had like not the best tattoo, but like
he had like really
when I think of
tattoos.
really bad tattoos, I think of this guy in my like metal class who had a basketball with wings on his chest.
I know what that is too.
And his tattoo said "Ball is life," and I was like, yo, either this guy fucks or he doesn't fuck. But either way, he's
ball is life.
Ball like you have to fuck with that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I actually never saw his tattoo, so like I didn't really.
He had like one like there was like an arrow and like arrows pointing down, but like they weren't lined up.
I know this is a little bit stupid and
it was like an anchor, but the bottom wasn't like
Oh.
This is pretty like oblivious and not self-aware to say because I'm 23 and just got tattoos, but getting like deciding something that you want in your life at 17 is just ridiculous.
You're gonna be like 40 and say the same shit about you.
I'm 23. I got this less than a year ago, and I'm already like, wow.
Yo.
That's what I'm scared of. I'm like,
yeah, that's like you are not making us feel better because like I think we were both on the fence and we were both like if Zach's because like we have a friend. I'm not gonna say his name, but he just got like a bunch of crazy like Italian like style tattoos and like he is so happy he got them.
We have a friend.
Yeah, you know we all three of us do. I'm just not gonna say his name, but like he got these crazy leg tattoos. He's extremely Italian.
Oh, he got Italian shit.
Yeah, he's got like the Italian flag and like a skull. I don't know. Maybe I'm just racist as hell, but like it's like, do you not know?
I know who you're talking about.
Of course you know. Like no, you know. How do you not? What person do we know who's Italian? Like disgustingly Italian? No, nicer than him. Yeah, we're just like playing like
we're playing like
Duck Duck Goose.
No, we're playing like Hangman. What's the first letter now?
We're playing phone booth or telephone.
No, okay. Let me put it this way.
Like he made me feel better about it, but like he didn't give me the details. He was just like,
I
got him and I like him. That's
so
it.
when I got this one, this was my first one, and I was like,
who? You text me?
My phone's over the head. Oh. What if it's not the right name?
I think it is.
But like, I was just about to say his name, but like he said like, I just got the
right.
Yeah, 100%. And he was like, I got these tattoos and I really come on.
Yeah.
He was like, I got these tattoos and I love them. And I'm like, great. But I want to hear the juicy like.
Oh, so
I haven't seen. What do you get? I haven't seen him.
It's
got a bunch of shit.
On, like, his
it's all sick. It's all looks cool as hell.
It's cool.
I think I do remember being like that's pretty Italian. Like it was like an Italian type.
Now
thing.
I do remember thinking it was weird because he has a tattoo like right here. And
I thought it was like on the other side. Like
he got that in high school.
He's got a bunch.
The skull.
That one. Oh, on the other side.
In high school?
Yeah. And so it's on his other leg, but you can't see. He got it like right here, and then he got another tattoo like literally right here, like right on top of it. And I was like, oh, that's really weird, unless he's getting a sleeve, in which case it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like the first tattoo that Jake ever got was on his arm, like over here, and I was like, that looks really weird. And he's like, but I want a sleeve, so it doesn't matter.
One of the things that got me was I didn't know that places like other than like the three, like, not to sound like a fucking jerk, but like the three girly places to get one. Like I didn't know the places, like the placement of it was corny.
Like a tramp stamp.
Tramp stamp is one. The wrist one is another one. The ankle is another one.
I wouldn't mind a wrist one like right here. Something
No, that's
that's
cool.
not bad. But like
something
getting
small,
getting it. Like,
I wanted shit that. See, these can look fine on their own. They're just like clean spots where it doesn't look weird if they're alone.
Yeah.
But I could also add like a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I.
Oh yeah, wait. But let me. So this one, because it was my first one, I thought about it for. I picked this design and I was like, I'm just gonna let this sit for like months, and I did, and I was really happy with it. And the same thing with this. I am really fucking happy with this shit. It came out.
No, it looks great. I don't know why you're tight about it.
It came out so because it's fucking. It's like a rainbow portal. And it's like a panther going through. I think it's so cool.
Did you see that design, or did you like?
Yeah,
think
no,
of it?
But like,
you
if
saw it?
you're
I drew it in my dreams.
in my dreams, yeah. When
After
I
I
was
pooped
shooting,
after I pooped myself,
After
I
I
was like,
pooped my-
I had an epiphany
if your like mindset
and a poopphany.
if your mindset is not caring about like deeper meaning, then,
I
like,
don't at all.
Yeah, so like, what's the difference? Like,
It
they're
had
both, like,
they have
fun,
like
cool
minor
things.
meaning to me. Like I like
you know, you can make your own.
I like
meaning.
squids because people don't really fear them, but they're pretty much like one of the nastiest, like most dangerous
I have a very
animals.
big conspiracy theory about octopi later, but like,
Okay, but
let's go back
squids,
to-
where octopus have suction cups, squids have like hooks,
yeah,
and they
Yeah.
ink, and they're fucking scary as hell. And I feel like they don't get their respect.
I think the funniest tattoo like I've heard of was the person who me, you, and Jake are going to the fights with, his brother, like the pit vipers wearing pit vipers.
Oh yeah,
That's so funny.
yeah, that is funny.
That is so funny.
No, the funniest one I ever seen was I was on Reddit, and this guy had had testicular cancer, and he had one of his testicles removed, and on his scrotum he got tattooed the words vacancy.
Oh, man.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty tight, man. Pretty tight.
I didn't know that placements like matter that much.
Little they
Until-
do. If you want, because it's all about like it looking cool there, but the ability to add on in the future.
Like no, so I mentioned it before. Me and my little brother trying to do something cool like that. That like he says he's like you guys. It's like, oh, I just want the cool artwork. I kind of need something that can like that does have like a big impact. For
I
me,
totally
because,
get
like,
that.
because like, you know, again, like everyone says it's addicting, but like I personally, for all I know, this could be the first and only tattoo I'll ever get because like
Both times I was in the chair for these, I fully believed it was the last tattoo I'll ever
yeah.
get.
So like that might be it, and like
Because I'm
probably
not
won't.
I'm not gonna lie to make you feel better or to like embellish my own masculinity. I was like going crazy with the pain. It hurt me
Oh
so
yeah,
bad.
I bet, but like you know, like
My
I
brother
know
didn't
the
really
importance of how-
have a problem. Maybe I'm just like a bitch with pain, but it hurt me so bad.
I think the fact that you didn't know what to, because like I physically cannot imagine the needle
No,
moves
you
at like
can't.
super speed, right?
You can't imagine what to expect.
Yeah,
And
so
then with
like,
the chest too.
Once
like,
you do it
He
one
said the
time,
chest is unreal, and stomach.
like bad.
Yeah,
stomach,
arms are like the easiest, and I was like,
I thought
what?
the leg would be the easiest.
Arms and legs are the easiest, and then like chest, stomach.
Probably back
Ribs.
is like a nice one to do.
N-
Butt cheeks. I want to get a tattoo on my ass. I have a really cool.
That's
idea for
cool
that.
though because no one will ever see it.
Exactly, except people who peg me, obviously.
Yeah, but they're not judging.
They're already down there. to,
they're
like,
in it for the long haul,
They're already
bro.
trying to play the game. No, but like I didn't know that.
Yeah, anyone who sees that, like, you already got them.
Yeah, you're not gonna like smell my ass and be like, "Yo, I'm done here." It's like, no, you're here to you're gonna finish the job. But like,
It's like a Scooby Doo tattoo.
it was like, "Yo, what's your deal?" It was like, "Nothing." What's your deal?
No, but if you like,
Get to pegging, boys.
you're in the
Boys.
heat of passion,
It was like, yeah,
and
you're not gonna
you
question
take
the
your
stupid
pants
shit.
off, and like this guy's got Shaggy from Scooby Doo on his ass cheek.
It's Scrappy Doo.
Yeah.
It's not even It's not even
Yeah.
Scoobert. It's.
Alright, so whoever goes to peg Blake,
That's-
you got a Scrappy Doo tattoo on his ass.
That's honest. We forget how important the heat of passion is because like the amount of times like you take your pants off and they're like, "Oh, that's like what we're working with here." Like that's like it. You can't be like, "Oh, I'm sorry.
You ever see that-
I don't fuck small dick."
You ever see that meme? It's like when you're hitting the girl from the back and you're like reading her Bible verse tattoo and you're like,
Like-
squinting, like trying to read it.
Indubitably. You guys want to hear a fucked up story? This is like the worst thing
Nah.
ever. Okay.
I'm good.
So anyway, yeah.
You said no.
How's everyone's day? Do you actually want to hear it? Or
Yeah.
was that like a genuine
It was
thing?
not genuine at all.
Do
I
tell.
appreciate that.
Half the things that come out of my mouth are complete nonsense. It's a
had-
problem. I actually have to explain to people so often that I'm joking.
It
And
might be autism.
no, honestly, like I say things because sometimes it lands really well because of just like,
Oh, yeah.
if I have no expression on my face and just say something absurd, that's like the funny part. But also people are like,
if it's something,
whoa,
believable-
why,
it's something
how did that
believable-
happen? And I'm like, it didn't at all.
A fine autismo.
I find autism in our grasp. Like if you say something like with a face that like you can't tell if he's like making a joke, and it is believable, like people will be like, "Yo, what's this guy's fucking problem, man?
What's
like,
wrong with him?
Yeah, like you'll see that shit a lot at work when you're working with like boomers. I'll be like, I'm gonna kill myself.
So I work with old people,
yeah, and
like-
if you say some dumb
like-
shit like I'm
like
gonna
mid
commit
60s
suicide.
and late 50s guys.
if you say like I'm gonna Kermit Frogicide, they'll be like, "Did you have a stroke right now? Like, what's your problem, bro?" And it's like, "No, it's just a meme amongst the youngsters." And they're like, "Get the fuck out of my office."
Also, I think it says a lot about society that literally every single
We
person
live
our
in
age
society.
is just no, but it says a lot about the world that every single person our age, like the trending joke is, "I want to die."
Yeah.
If you talk to anyone, the joke, like the main joke is, "Yeah, I have no will to live."
My mom doesn't get it. She's genuinely concerned about me. It's funny.
I think the one that gets me is like, on like going off of that, meeting someone who doesn't feel that, who's our age. Like me and Billy had a friend who we don't like hang out with anymore, just because like he moved on and like went to Indiana College or whatever. Your mic is on, dickhead.
Oh.
We have a friend and like
Greg.
Is it Greg? Is it?
Stanley?
He was very like adult about these kind of things. He
Oh,
only found like adult things.
Indiana?
Yeah,
I know where it is.
and like I think I made a joke once, and he was like, "Wait, you want to die?" And I'm like,
You okay?
you don't want to die?" And he was like, "No, man, I love my life. I'm like smart. I'm gonna go to med school soon." And I'm like,
All right.
"How about I kill you
loser.
instead? How about that?
How about I kill both of us?
I'm gonna kill both."
I'm driving this
I'm gonna
car right
crash
now.
this
I'll
car
crash
right
it.
now.
I don't care.
Yo, I don't get when people get me tight like while I'm driving a vehicle. It's like I'll kill us both, and it will be really fun.
I'll go in the wrong lane right now.
I'll go in the wrong.
I'll go into oncoming traffic with no hesitation. I don't
Like,
care anymore.
why do people insist on like getting me tight whilst I'm driving? Like I'll
Like-
kill us
They're,
both.
like gripping the wheel like
When you're sitting in the back seat and you see the couple fighting in front of you, it's like I will crash this car right now. It's like, what the fuck? What were we talking about? It was in my fucking butt cheeks.
tattoos.
I feel like I had something to say. About
Your
something.
butt tattoo.
Butt tattoo. You watch Futurama?
I don't.
They have a tattoo where someone has a tattoo.
I
on their
hate that
butt.
show.
I have sex instead.
I hate that show.
I have sex with real women. In real life.
I hate that show.
It's probably one of my favorite shows, and we won't get into why it's so good, but they do a joke
I hate that show.
where the character Fry has it all comes full circle, but the episode starts off, it's like a 6-part series where like it starts off with Fry's naked. The character's name is Fry, and like people, and you guys know Fry and Bender,
The
like, you know
robot.
those characters. Fry is the human, Bender's the robot.
Yeah, I know.
The joke is Fry has like a tattoo of Bender's face on his butt, and people are like, "Yo, what is that? Why do you have that?" And everyone's like, I have no idea why." Like he didn't know where it came from. They zoomed in and there were a bunch of like zeros and ones on it, like binary. And he read it really fast, like Bender read it really fast. And if you read it fast enough, it sends you to whatever place in time that you want. And I'd probably get that like on my ass, but like with the zeros and ones in it. I guess that's
you
it.
have to look really close on your ass cheek.
If anyone's that close, then like, yeah, I guess
They're meant
so.
to be there.
They're meant to be there. They're the ones.
They're meant
Anyone
to be
is
there.
even like remotely close to my butt, they're either marrying me or they're killing me.
Or you're
so-
sleeping.
No,
What?
I'll know.
Under what circumstances would someone be up in your anus whilst you're deep in slumber?
I don't know.
Give me one reason right now.
If you're sleeping
I'm gonna kill.
and someone's
you-
like, "Hey,"
Are you frequently
How do you
have your-
sleep? Like
have-
stomach,
have
like
your-
ass, like that kid from Toy Story. Shit. With his ass like in the air, like, yo, he was just waiting to get pegged. That's crazy.
Billy just got like the mean arc.
He's got that mean, disgusting arc.
I sleep on my side with my ass off the bed. Just waiting.
I have a question.
With your pants around your knees.
Do you guys have... When's the like... I feel like...
Nocturnal emissions? Probably like...
That's crazy. Are you fucking... That's exactly what I was going to say. Like what?
Actually?
Like what dreams? Are you using like the smart term for it?
Yeah, I was being so... I was joking.
100%... I was going to ask when's the last time you guys had like a... Nocturnal emission sounds so much better than a wet dream.
I don't know. It's been a while.
I don't remember.
I had a brown dream.
You shit yourself?
Pause, bro.
Yeah,
What?
I told you about it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was like, you shit your
It didn't happen in real life.
Or you
though.
came blood.
Close. It was not.
Imagine if cum was red instead of white. I mean, if cum was white instead of red, like, bro, you're dying.
No, like I only bring that up because you said that you sleep on your side.
Yeah.
And I recently found like, okay, we're going way back, but when I went through puberty, I didn't mention it to anyone. Like I wasn't like, Mom, Dad, something's wrong.
I'm snutting everywhere.
I'm just snut everywhere. What is this?
Something happened. It felt
felt kind
incredible.
of dope.
It felt
actually.
incredible.
But like the thing that
Mom,
got me
something
was,
like really
there was
tight
shit that was going on
happened
that I
last
didn't
night.
realize were like things that were puberty stricken. It was like pre-cum. I did not get. I was like, yo, what? This is not cum. This is not piss.
Bro, I'm trying to get to that post cum.
I'm trying to get that post cum where I like look at the girl. I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like, get out of my bed, you dirty slut.
I'm just trying to chill.
I'm just trying to chill. Yo, let's watch Bob's Burgers. Get the fuck out of my room. No, like, so like I didn't real. I looked up everything. I looked up like I was on like
WebMD.
I was like,
you'll be dead in 6 months.
What's Michael Cera? No, what's Jesse Eisenberg's character? I was like Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network, sitting at a computer, hacking the mainframe, being like, "What is cum? What is sperm?"
Wearing a headset.
Yeah, wearing a gamer headset.
You're like on the phone with people.
What is this shit coming out of my body, and why?
And why?
Why is it so awesome?
But like, I bring that up because like I found out where wet dreams come from, and they make like
Balls.
No, that's pee, man. That's pee. That's where piss is actually. Oh. No, I figured out what caused them, and like that's very upsetting. And like why like I would still have them like 23 years old. I still have like wet dreams, and it's because if you don't A, have sex enough, B, don't jack off enough.
Watch too much Futurama.
If you watch too much Futurama, that was so gay. If you watch too much Futurama, your body just builds up, and you'll just fucking like juice it out.
Explode.
In your sleep, and I'm like, yo, I'm 23 years old. I got a job, yo.
I can't be snutting in my sleep.
Who's doing this? Who's doing this laundry right now, man? Me. I am.
I can't be nutting unsupervised.
But like, I didn't realize because like I don't really jack off anymore because like I have things to do.
I have a job.
I have a job. I've got a family to provide for.
I have laundry to do.
But. Like so, like if you don't do it for like a certain amount of time, like jacking off is the most scary shit I've ever like encountered in my entire life. You can get addicted.
Yeah,
it can
it's something that
cause problems with your actual human body.
Yeah, it does, but it's also just like, it's almost just like a task that you need to do in order for that to happen.
It's like maintenance.
Yeah,
That's
but
exactly
you can't just. It's maintenance, but it's almost as if. It's like painkillers after surgery. You know,
Fair.
like this is necessary maintenance for my body, but regardless of what happens, I'm addicted to this, and I kind of look at it, and like, I now need this.
I kind of look at it as like an old Corvette that like you would need to take it out on the road every now and then, like you have to, or else like the oil will build up and it'll fuck your car up. But just know that at any moment if you hit a bump, the wrong speed. Break down and ruin your life. You're going to if you hit a bump wrong, you will come.
You fall down your stairs, you're gonna come.
No, but the idea that at any point in time, if you're just laying in bed on your phone, you could immediately, within 5 seconds, just be masturbating.
If you do well, 5 minutes and you're.
What are you doing,
done.
Billy? Why did you?
Yeah, immediately when you said that, he went on his phone.
What? Yeah.
But like, so like, I did want to bring this up.
No, but like,
masturbating
Instagram
is the most like complex, and like I don't mean to be like, oh my god, there's so much porn. Like, it is the scare. Like, you can be addicted, and like it will. Like, okay,
it's horrible. I hate it.
I went through a period where like after a breakup, whatever, you just do it a little more often than normal. Whatever, that will literally change how much you need to do it. Like in terms,
it also
of...
changes how you just look at life.
Yeah.
You're just looking around and you just see like a woman that you're sort of attracted to. You're like, it'd be nice to come right now. Like if you're on
100%.
if you're on Instagram just scrolling and you just see some model,
Yeah.
you just see her ass, you're like, it would be really sweet if I just came right now.
Like, what I found, like the one that like screwed up my life forever, that will make me look at jacking off differently forever, is it will change like your, like just the way you are as a person. Like testosterone is in cum, and every time you bust a nut, you lose a little bit of testosterone. And like you can all like chalk this up to just like pseudoscience, whatever, but like there is a little bit of basis in that. And like the more testosterone you have naturally, like without doing like steroids and growing hair like out of your balls or whatever, like it is better for you. And like women find that more attractive when you have like, because testosterone builds confidence, muscles grow faster, you know, you're just an all-around healthier, confident person. And the more you do it, you can like almost tell when a person hasn't done it in a week, 2 weeks, and then they
2
did it
weeks,
yesterday.
Jesus, man.
That's what I've been trying to
That's
do.
why
I've
you're
been
fucking coming in your sleep, man. What the fuck?
Exactly. No, like, and that's the thing though,
2
because if
weeks.
I go too long, if I do it too much and then stop, all of a sudden, I could be a week and I'm like, all right, I just fucking soiled my trousers, like sitting in bed, and it's because I like worked out. I like did it too much, and my body got used to like, all right, nut whenever you fucking want, my dude, whenever you want,
My dude.
and then you get back to like work or you get back to school.
Well, it also for me, it regulates. It's like if I don't jerk off for that long and then I just see my girlfriend, like it'll just be, I'm like, I don't, you know what I mean? It's almost like
100%.
maintenance to not.
Even like be better with another
Yeah.
person. That's happened. Like,
But it also makes you
more than
worse
once.
because it just fucks you up psychologically so
Yeah.
much.
There has to be like a good medium, because like the best medium would be just don't do it ever.
I don't think there is a good medium. I think that
Or
every
just jerk
single
off
I
to
think
nothing.
I think that every single
No, that's still.
Just
I mean,
stand there.
because if you don't do it to nothing, but you still do it like every day, that's still a problem.
I've thought about that. It's like honestly, it's the same problem with addiction to food. It's like, well, I need to eat. So
but it could be healthy.
yeah,
food.
but like jerking off, it's like I really wish I just didn't have to do this, but
That's
it's
fantastic.
awesome, and like I've convinced myself that it's just like a chore that I must accomplish.
I think that is the healthiest mindset. Is
No,
that
but the
this
most,
is a chore.
but it's not the healthiest mindset because I will be like,
if you look at it as an actual chore, but not like I'm excited to do this chore. Like if you look at it as like, fuck it, all right, I guess I'll schedule it for like this time at this day of the week so that I can no longer, because like I do find my
but there are some times where I'm like, oh well, if I just do it now, then I won't like be thinking about it,
Yeah,
and then
no,
I'll be
like,
fine. And then I'm
100%.
just like, I'm still thinking about it.
like I haven't done it in a week. I'm just gonna say it. I have not done it in a full week. I think last time I did it was probably like literally 7 days ago.
What time of day?
I think it was, always nighttime, because like that's
Oh, a daytime jerk is
that changes your
is
life.
psychotic.
Oh,
Like you are.
I will say I did do it during the day. Once,
I feel
Home
like
Alone.
Henry Hill from Goodfellas. I just
never
think
saw
there's like a helicopter watching me.
I did it once, like right before I went for a run.
No,
Holy
you
shit.
cannot
No.
do that and then go out into the world.
I did.
You take a shower after.
Nope. I did it. Put on jogging clothes, went for a run, and I ran faster than any human could ever run in their entire life. Ever. In their entire life. Ever. Moving on. I can feel myself sometimes, like when I haven't done it in a long time, start to go to the dark side. Like my texts become more like gruesomely horny, and it's
Hey,
like,
bro, I'm trying to eat your ass.
But
Every hangout.
it's a
If I'm talking to a
vicious
girl,
cycle.
it'll just
But it
be-
doesn't matter. Like if you jerk off too much, you're too horny, and if you don't do it enough, you're too horny. Like, why does like?
that's why you have to find the medium. Actually, you either have to find the medium, or you have to go for the long haul and not do it ever.
If I was living with my girl, I genuinely would never have to.
Oh, 100%.
Never
100%.
ever have to. And
But
I would
like,
be so happy.
that just like doesn't work out when we're this age, and it's like I have a mother and father at home that
Yeah.
like feed me and clothe me, and it's like that I also just fucking jacked off in the shower. Like they know like something's not right, like whatever. So that like doesn't work itself out. But they do say that if you just don't do it after like just same as like drinking, you know, if you need a drink, you crave a drink, like I would really need a drink right now after like, you know, getting blue balls or whatever, like after a certain amount of time, you just no longer feel the urge to jack it. You're just like, oh, that's a cute girl. On with my day, you know. So like, I think, but it's just waiting it out. I think the time is like a month or two where it's like.
That's insane.
But if it's to achieve true enlightenment, I think I totally would.
That
like,
sounds fucking.
I've heard, like I do, like I'm not.
Sounds
even gonna
pretty
lie.
Futurama, if you ask me.
It's pretty. Yo, shut the fuck up. I do notice there is a difference in my life when I like don't do it for a long amount of time. Like I work out better, my muscles feel like juicier. Like I just feel like a better person. And then when I do it, I'm like, all right, this is what a sniveling little dumb weasel would do. Like, jack off, you fucking pig man. And like,
You fucking pig man.
like that shit does happen. It's fucking rough. I find myself struggling at work, being like, having the confidence to be like, I have a question, sir. Like, when I just jacked off the day before. Like,
You fucking pig man.
you know, testosterone, I think, is the scariest thing that our body makes. I think that is like the freakiest thing. I read a study. They took 4 people. One person he was the control, he did nothing.
A sneeze with
Is
no
that a
noise.
sneeze with absolutely no audio?
Yeah.
No audio.
That's crazy.
I hold in my sneezes. I don't like to
I
sneeze.
think shit was gonna come out of your ears. That's crazy.
It's probably not
You ever
good
hear
for
him
me.
sneeze?
Yeah, I'm trying not to sneeze with the mic.
He would knock this house down.
I was reading this like study done by like doctors and like magicians or whatever, and like there was 4 people. One of
Party
them,
clowns.
one of them did absolutely nothing. I think they just paid him money to like sit there. One of them worked out normally. Another one was injected with testosterone, natural, not naturally, but like a healthy amount where like he wasn't like fucking like the hairy and a gross monster man. And then there was a person who was injected with testosterone and then didn't work out. He just was injected and went home and had like a fucking milkshake, whatever. And then there was a dude who worked out with absolutely no testosterone, just worked out like any other human being.
Raw dog.
Just raw dog, you know, pre-workout, just fucking with his emotions and like J. Cole.
That's what I do.
And that's it. And like they did at the end of the 2-week period, who gained the most muscle? Obviously the person who
How do you
did
measure that though?
by just like going by weight, how much like your body is different, because like you can check BMI and whatnot. But like the guy who did nothing obviously got nothing. The guy who had testosterone put in his body and worked out had the most amount of muscle growth possible.
Well, yeah.
And the dude who did absolutely nothing but was just injected with testosterone and did nothing, went home, had like a watch Seinfeld, had more muscle than the person who worked out without testosterone and like worked out.
So your new workout method is just
is steroids.
I don't really see if you're not like getting tested for competition. Why not do steroids? I don't
I
get
always
it.
thought steroids was like needle in your butt cheeks, like you are now.
It's a victimless crime. Like I don't get it.
If
I guess
you
the
only
victim is
need,
your
like,
cock
it's
and
like
balls.
pills and stuff. Like they made it so that if you
Is
haven't-
that real? That steroids make your dick small?
apparently it's your balls.
that was like no, that's what it was in the 70s because like they just regulated it wrong. Now like
I could stand to lose a couple.
they say
couple-
that like the biggest like Marvel superheroes.
I don't know
are all
what
on
unit you would measure your
steroids now.
balls in, but yeah, obviously that guy fucking that Indian dude. What's his name?
Yeah,
Kumail.
that was rough.
But it's
He-
like
he's-
oh he's on steroids. It's like so.
Wait, an actor?
So
There's a
lot of people-
WWE guy. It's like he's on steroids. It's like who cares?
Yeah.
Like-
If a fighter or an athlete is on steroids, it's like all right, that's an unfair advantage. But
Yeah,
if you're just doing it to look good, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
If John Cena's
that
on
kinda changes
steroids,
in my head a little
yeah,
bit.
no shit.
I don't know. That makes it a little different for me, like because
But an actual fighter, it's like okay.
yeah, no,
that
was
like a
100%.
problem.
I don't care if you're not in a physical competition. There should be no stigma against doing steroids. It's like it's like there's health hazards, but who the fuck cares?
It's the same thing as smoking a cig. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
But like, they say, like the reason why people like get tight.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No,
No.
Okay.
that's enough. That's enough, woman.
You Siri or your laptop?
Yeah, it's MacBook. Shmiri. They say that like the reason why it was so bad is you get roid rage, you get tiny balls, because they regulated it wrong. But like now it's like if you have enough money to pay for pills, you can like take the pills that give you the steroids,
TRT, testosterone replacement therapy.
You take the
12
pills that
for
also
it.
like
Yeah. No,
weed
it's
you
a-
off. Yeah, no, you can do it healthily. It's not like what we imagine. Like you take the steroids in your butt and like you get super strength and like beat up your mom. But like it really is just like pills, more pills, workout sometimes like 3 times a week, and you can look like Captain America. And like, I see where you're coming from, but like it does kind of take it away from like people who really did like.
I don't care though.
Okay. You got me there, boy.
I just
Like,
think that's such a.
The one that makes me really happy, you guys know like the Man of Steel, Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
Superman, the guy. He's like made it very clear he will never do that shit, and I'm like, but how can I believe you? Because like in all of his like.
Henry, how can I give a fuck?
Henry, I don't care,
How,
Henry.
like I don't care if you're doing steroids to look good for a movie. Why is that an issue?
I
I
don't know,
I
like,
don't
You know,
get why
The
it's an
Rock's
issue.
on steroids.
Who is?
The Rock.
Yeah.
There's
Probably,
no,
No, there's
way.
It's.
Yeah.
But like I said,
I'm not caught up with his escapades.
why not? I don't get why he shouldn't be able to.
I saw something that was like, we should change the Olympics to have regular athletes do whatever, then give athletes as much steroids as humanly possible, and just see like this is the best a human being could ever be at this sport ever in their entire like this is.
See how far they can go.
And then for reference, they have a regular person who's never played this sport, so it's like.
But my point is that it doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, totally. As long as it's not like a game like fighting, boxing,
Or a competition. If you're doing steroids in like a bodybuilding competition, that I totally get.
Yeah,
You
don't
shouldn't
do
be
that
able to
shit.
do because it's a competition about how much body mass you can get on your own.
Mhm.
But like for a fucking movie, like for if you're doing steroids for the movie Baywatch,
Yeah.
nice.
I don't know. I that's probably just me being like
A Futurama.
fair enough. I get
Ramen nerd.
Futurama dork. They actually did have a Futurama episode about steroids. They had a joke where like they had a future sport where like a future Olympic sport where like they go on the moon and you like put on wings and it's like supposed to be like lady football or something like lady boxing. You dress up as butterflies and 2 like women like fight each other as like butterflies, and they're on the moon so you can be weightless. And they're like, oh my god, how do you flap and fight at the same? Butterfly steroids. And they're like, what the fuck is butterfly steroids? And like the whole gag is like, they're like roided out girls, but who are also like half bug, half like woman. It was a really funny episode because like they were butter.
That sounds like a great episode.
Don't fucking
Like
patronize
Futurama.
me. Don't
I'm-
patronize me.
I'm really enthralled.
I would go home right now and watch the entire series in a half hour.
Okay, do it in half an hour.
A half hour.
You just build different.
That's all I need.
What do you guys think? Out of all the
I'm a
Olympic-
big proponent. I support it.
Okay. What do you guys think is like an Olympic sport that you think
Shouldn't be there.
if you were given 4 years, you could be in that, not win, you could be a candidate. 4 years, that's all you have. What is an Olympic sport that you think you could? Because like a lot of like, I'm not gonna learn how to be the best football player in 4 years. That
Well,
like,
I
but, like,
would
what is
sure
this-
hope not because it's not in the Olympics, so that would be a big waste
but
of
like
time.
just like those kind of like things. Like, what is something that you think you could master?
Badminton.
Curling.
Badminton, I know for a fact that's like an actual sport that like people like go years.
I would honestly be
He's correct, man.
so good at badminton.
I think I could get silver right now
In what? In curling?
in badminton.
Badminton?
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Maybe wrestling.
Wrestling, I think I could maybe see because like you just have to like work out harder.
I show up with a steel chair. Like, oh wait, I'm wearing like a mask. Like, oh wait.
You just show up, you're like, I trusted you, brother. They're like, what?
You fucked my girl.
I said this to my boss, and he said one that like blew my mind. It was like, you could totally learn that in 4 years. You just got to be archery. You could learn that in 4 years just by like, in general, a human being could do like you.
That's in the Olympics.
Yeah, like all those fucking boomer sports are in there. Curling? What is curling? You
Frisbee
sweeping-
throwing.
Yeah, that's probably an Olympic sport. That's all dumb. Or I said bodybuilding because like if you just spent 4 years not
That's an Olympic sport.
some
There's
shit
no
like
way.
that. Yeah, it's all dumb shit like that. How is badminton an Olympic sport? What is?
It's fun.
It's gay tennis with 2 people.
Badminton's so
gayer.
fun.
I mean, probably
In
is.
gym, high school,
I bet it was really fun. So is racquetball. But
I used to-
I'm not going there being like this
I used
is
to
the game.
I used to break a sweat.
Yeah, me too.
I think people who went hard in gym were gay as hell. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
Call me gay.
Call me gay, cause I love fucking guys.
Only for that though. Badminton. That's it though.
Oh, okay. I thought volleyball was kind of cool, cause like that just felt like a fun,
Fun Long Beach.
Yeah, like people like who play volleyball
Volleyball.
were like, I'm in it to have fun.
No, I don't like volleyball.
Like it was just like nothing. It wasn't like I don't know what's like a dumbass. Oh, like a pill hockey. That was a game where like you
I
get hit in the
hated that.
fucking jaw with one of those things.
You know what I hated?
Hated pill hockey?
Yeah.
I hated that shit. Was
I hated it.
I fucking love
Okay, so you
pill
were definitely
hockey.
one of the scumbags who like went hard and like just caused.
I believe the word you're looking for is cool.
You know what I hated though?
Fucking
When they would have tournaments in gym,
That was the
Yeah, that
best.
was cute.
but then you'd win the tournament and have to face the teachers.
And then your head was just like, ugh.
Mirrorhead would like floss his ass with like your fucking life and then beat you. I hated
What?
every second of that.
You know, he was a scary dude. Let's just like not name drop him anymore. I realized I dropped his name.
Made him the
Nah,
girls'
we had like a
gymnastic
gym
coach.
teacher who was a Chad, and he was like very.
Made him the girls' gymnastic coach.
I did hear. Oh yeah, that's
He made
fucked
himself
up.
that.
What?
He made himself that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
rough.
They go, who wants to do it? I'll do it.
Mr. Nasser,
What? Oh,
our,
yeah.
our gym teacher, Mr. Nasser.
Mr. Nasser, yeah.
That is rough. They really let him like do that shit.
He wore cargo shorts a lot.
That was pretty cool. I like
Remember the black gym teacher?
Yo, I don't
Play
see
Canadian
see
football.
color.
Yeah.
I don't see color. I only
In middle-
see.
that's how I'm
men,
describing it.
I only see men or women. 'Cause one is obviously
in
male.
8th grade, I slapped him in the head.
For what
was
reason?
it?